feet?
Yes.
Okay, so did you really rent it, or did they say, hey, guys, if you need some help, you can stay in our basement, and then you ponied up $200 voluntarily? I need to know that because it's gonna mean something.
That's, yeah, for the first couple of months, we didn't pay anything, and then I started making some money.
But they didn't ask for it, right?
No.
Okay, so you stayed in basement of friends, okay, and then you started paying... Then gave them $200 a week. Then what happened?
Yeah, why'd they want you to leave?
She was on a reverse mortgage, and that's why I started paying her, is because she was broke until her next payment, and so I started helping her out. And then she got her reverse mortgage payment and decided she didn't want us there anymore, and so told us to leave.
Okay, and she had a right to do that. So what's going on?
So we couldn't leave overnight, and so they...
How long were you there?
9 months.
Okay.
So they tack up a 10-day notice on the door, which is fine. We don't have a problem moving. I work a lot, so I'm getting it as I can, and really it hasn't been a big deal until recently. I had a utility
When did they place the 10-day notice up?
Oh, that was almost 10 days ago.
Okay, and then what happened?
Well, I have a trailer that was sitting on the street, a utility trailer with some stuff in it from a job, and I came over one night. That trailer was gone. I had another trailer parked on the side of the house that was gone, and I had a 20-foot enclosed trailer in the driveway that we were loading stuff of our stuff into, and that was gone.
And where are they?
Well, I found the big trailer, and I recovered that. But the other two, I have no idea. They won't tell me where they're at or anything. And they've taken a bunch of our stuff, and we've called the police. And the police say, well, the stuff is civil, and the trailers are civil. They won't do anything about it. And my understanding is it isn't civil.
Well, it is civil unless it's not, unless somebody had criminal intent and took it. First and foremost, are they admitting they took it?
Yes.
They said, we took your trailers.
Yes.
Why? What did they say the reason was?
They didn't like them there, and they didn't want to have to look at them anymore. And
were they on their property?
One of them was.
So they literally hooked up the trailers and pulled them, or did they have someone do it?
They can't. They don't have any means to do it. They had someone do it. I don't know who.
All right, hold on a second, all right? Because we have to take a break. This is interesting. Hold on. Plus, Compass Insurance weighs in on storage fees.
If there's an HOA.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas.
As a small business owner, I'm trying to build.
It looks like you can rent out with a reverse mortgage. I was curious about that. Yeah. I mean, they can. Apparently, there can be contracts where you can't, but generally speaking, there's as long as you're still living there. Because then they'd have a little leverage. Call the mortgage company. What does full-time living there mean, do you know?
You have to be there a certain...
I mean, do you know what that is?
I thought it was 60. It's 6 months and 1 day. Well, I don't know if that's for reverse loans.
Oh, I thought you meant as far as taxes. I'm sorry. Because my buddy deliberately moved from...
You know, if you are looking for a safe conservative investment, become the banker might be what you're looking for. That's actually a technique. It's a strategy called become the banker, and it's all hinged on life insurance that you overfund on purpose. Now, life insurance is just the frosting on the cake. The purpose is to get a tax-free savings account that the government allows you to have with this, and then use it through your life instead of a bank, hence the name Become the Banker, and then in retirement. You got to find out more. BecomeTheBanker.org, 303-779-6600. K&H Home Solutions. I've been doing commercials for them for probably 40 years on and off, and I'll tell you why. They've been in town 65 years. I got to know the original owner, and I know the owner now, Ted, and I'll tell you, they are all wonderful people. Soft Light Windows, 7 years straight, Energy Star winners, and they're durable, energy efficient, and custom to your fit, and made to K&H specs. Here's the other thing. Everlast Sighting is the best siding you'll ever have and the last siding you'll ever have. A lifetime of durability, waterproof, color fast, beautiful colors, rich cedar-looking texture, and they have lap siding and board and batten. So why don't you look at that along with Provia entry doors? And guess what? Right now, for a whole project, you get 40% off their entire line of windows, siding, and doors. 40% off, and I'm talking about a real 40% off. They're great pricing. KHWindows.com is the website, 303-421-7100. And while you're fixing up the house, hey, how about countertops? Or at least inquire, because the Art of Granite is one of the few people that will give you a price on the phone because they're proud of their value, whether it be granite or any natural stone or man-made material. TheArtOfGranite.com. All materials are wholesale. The bathroom's free. When you do the kitchen, tear out and hallways is free. 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
Attorney Joe Cord.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivery on the blocks.
Well, Buttigieg would have made a terrible
You've
president.
been counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
So the YouTube video spun out of bounds. We started it.
Wonder why.
I don't know. Yesterday was actually an Xfinity app. When it banged out on us yesterday, Comcast was handing out apologies for their short outage. Yesterday. Today it was YouTube. We just started spinning.
Never find a better team than Frank Duran, the real estate man.com. If you're selling and buying a home, my team and I will show you
Facebook stayed happy.
you never get stuck on your current home without a place to live. Your best interest is what's important.
It's all George's fault. Let's just blame George.
Urging you to use Frank Duran, the real estate man.com with Remax Alliance 303-920-1622.
Don't wait to put an end to junk sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale and wake up a better you. Save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualified Sealy purchase up to a $499.
You in the crypto market, Mark?
I'm fucking terrified of crypto, man. Did you see that, the Squid Game crypto? It was up to like, 20,000-30,000. I forget the real name of it, but I guess it's based on the Squid Game. It went basically to zero, man. That's what I get terrified about. You and I could start a crypto. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Are you in it?
Yeah.
Like what though? Bitcoin, one of the big ones, or?
I've been in and out of all kinds of stuff. If you're going to actually get a crypto, IOTX is the best one to get.
IOTS.
IOTX.
Oh, yeah, why?
All right, 303-713.
138-255. Don't forget. Help at Troubleshooter.com. We're going to go back to Jeff in a second, but we've got one of our experts on from Compass Insurance Group. By the way, these guys are unbelievable. They save me money almost every year. And what do I mean by that? They reshop all the plans I have. Like, I believe this year we have Progressive car insurance. I forget who does our homeowners, and I forget who does our umbrella, but my point is they actually reshop it every year for me and find me the best deal and the best coverage. So let me jump right over to Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I've got a question for you. We had a caller that their car ended up in a body shop for over 30 days. This is how the conversation started. What we're curious, what does insurance cover? Let's say I get hit by you. There's no doubt you did it. Your insurance company takes the blame. You take the blame. They're going to pay my damages. It gets over to the body shop, and let's say the radiator got busted, and the radiator is now back-ordered, or the bumper, whatever it is back-ordered because of supply chain issues for 60, 90, 120 days, whatever it is. How long would the insurance company typically pay for my rental? How long would it pay for storage at the body shop waiting on parts? I mean, how does it work these days?
Sure, yeah. And a lot of that's kind of fluid and moving, with a lot of the recent issues, but kind of first depends on, in your scenario, let's say I hit you and I'm at fault. My liability insurance should be paying if it's a legitimate reason. It's not the insured, your fault. It should be paying as long as, it takes. Now, there's exceptions. If it's going to be 120 days, the insurance company may want to work with the body shop and find an alternative or whatever.
A different way to handle it.
Yeah, a cheaper way to handle it. But the liability, doesn't go away because, I caused the accident.
Tom, what Jeremy's saying is very interesting. I mean, if someone else creates it,
yes,
and there's no argument on liability, no matter what, if it's a real reason, like they simply can't get the radiator, can't get your car on
right,
it almost should be paying for the rental.
It almost goes along with the other theory on personal injury,
eggshell,
which means you take your victims as you find them. In personal injury, if someone is prone to brittle bones or something like that, and you do a lot of injury to them with a bumper, with a little, what they call a bumper accident, fender bender. I was thinking of a bumper thumper, but you're right, a fender bender. Then what happens is you end up having to pay those damages, and insurance companies often have to pay more than they normally would because of the victim.
Now,
so in the circumstance where supply chain is tight, or you have a problem with storage fees, the other party might be liable for that.
Yeah, if emergency room rates go up or whatever, it's not going to matter. I mean, they would still pay out whatever the bill is or whatever they're liable for.
Very interesting, Jeremy. Have you guys had any issues where people are putting in collision claims with their own insurance, or maybe liability claims, and the insurance companies aren't paying the additional costs?
No, I haven't seen any. I can't say it isn't an issue at some level, but no, nothing's ran across my desk. And there's other examples too. Let's say it's just my own vehicle, my policy, I back into a pole. And, I want to take it to this body shop, but this body shop is 6 months out. That's a different story. If the insurance company says, hey, we found 5 body shops that can fix this in a week, my insurance isn't going to pay for 6 months of storage because I am choosing this.
No, we understand that. It has to be a condition of the marketplace.
Yeah, that would still go even if someone else was liable for your damages in your scenario. The other insurance company would make that same argument. We don't care if Joe Blow's body shop 6 months out. There's 5 other ones you can go to.
No, that's right. Compass Insurance, by the way, I just want to mention, they're the home of the free insurance checkup, 303-996-9000. You should do an insurance checkup at least every couple of years. They'll tell you if you have a great deal or find you better coverage, lower costs. 303-996-9000.
Think of in the state of Colorado, Tom, the lemon law. How does it read? If you bring your vehicle in, and it's there for an accumulative amount of time of, what is it, 30 days?
If you lose the use of your car for 30 days cumulatively during the first year or warranty period, whichever is shorter.
So think about that. Almost anything that goes wrong that's caught up in supply chain, even if it's simple as an alternator, you could actually get rid of your car under the Lemon Law.
Yeah, because I don't know if it addresses 30 days being caused by this or that.
I think it just says 30 days. I wonder if anybody's taken advantage of that consumer loophole.
Jeff is being evicted from a basement. His his 2 trailers ended up missing. Jeff, I don't think they had criminal intent, and I think you're going to have a problem. You have a good civil case against them. They took the trailer off of a public street. The one on their property, I don't think you have a leg to stand on. But how much was the stuff valued in the trailer on the street?
Probably about $2,500.
Okay. Can you prove that?
Yeah.
What was in that trailer that would be worth $2,500?
Tools.
Okay.
Ramps.
You might want to take him to small claims court. I mean, what about your other stuff? Did you get your stuff out of the basement?
We're still trying to do that. They have people coming over and blocking us from getting in
Hey,
there.
Jeff, be real for a second. This thing didn't fall apart over nothing. I mean, if I had something to really call and try to communicate and let these guys allow you to go get your stuff in the basement, I mean, give me something, though. What happened? Something happened. This isn't over some reverse mortgage or something. Did you guys get into a fight, an altercation? Were you cooking crack down there? I mean, what happened to get it to this place? And maybe we can help you.
When they wanted us to leave, we said, yeah, and we started looking for a place. And with the housing around here right now, it's difficult to find a place.
I know.
And so it's
But Jeff, here's the bottom line, bro. I don't want to belabor this. You need to sue them in small claims court, and I think you're in the right because they have to do things according to the law, and they didn't. But it's not criminal. I think the sheriff or the deputies or cops were right in saying we can't handle this. But I think you have a good case, but you got to prove value, okay? I know a lot of people throw out whenever anything's missing, it's always $2,000 or $3,000.
But if there's stuff still in the basement, maybe Doc could make a call over there.
Let's make a call for you
guys to let them.
All right, let's make a call.
Can't he just ask a cop to go with him?
No.
Oh, they don't do that anymore?
No,
I mean, imagine if I went to a cop and said, I want to go into Doc's house and grab some stuff.
No, they're not going to do it. They're not getting involved.
Okay.
And they never did, by the way, so I don't know what you mean they don't do that anymore. They've never done that. They do civil assists with evictions, and they do civil assists when there are certain circumstances ordered by the courts, but just to go because you want to get your stuff, I don't think they do.
See if you can sweet talk the owner.
But
I will do that.
now, Shannon, you're saying your lender won't release insurance money. Was this due to some kind of damage?
Yeah, my in-laws lost their home in the East Troublesome fire in Grand Lake.
Oh, no. How long ago?
October 21st of 2020.
Wait a minute. October 21st of 2020, and they haven't gotten their money yet?
Yeah, Matt did a lot of those with Paragon. He handled a lot of those fires.
They've gotten some of it, but now...
These are your in-laws?
Yes.
How much are they waiting?
How much did they get first? How much was the total loss, and how much did they get?
Well, the insurance company's actually been fine. They're doing okay with that. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
How much did the insurance pay in total?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. 600 something. But the issue we're having is that Specialized Loan Servicing, their servicing lender, is holding $181,000 right now.
Wait, they got everything but $181,000?
Yes.
All right, well, hold on. A lot will have to depend on the contractual arrangement. Hang on, we'll come back to that and more.
I bet Matt could get them more, too, man. You got people a lot of money in those fires that didn't realize they had a lot more coming. They go live with relatives for a while, not even knowing their insurance was paying for all that. Man, I installed that.
You want me to sub it for two?
Yeah, I'll do one. I got one. I got to press Simply. Want me to do Sheridan too?
Okay.
I gotta have zero res out. I might try that other guy. Is he back yet? I don't know.
What other guy?
You were doing spots for him for a while. Another carpet guy.
Oh, he's good. But
Steve Bro.
Yeah, I like zero res. I mean, Steve Bro's good.
They just knocked me over the head, man. My house was over $1,000 last
No,
time.
they're expensive.
For fucking carpet.
They're expensive.
But it was good.
God, it's good. I wish the doctor was back.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
$129, any size house.
Zero res. I love those carpet cleaners. Right now, 3 rooms, $119. That's 3 room areas. You can call for details. 303-471-5150, zeroresdenver.com. You know what? They clean your carpets. They'll clean them for the holidays, and they don't use any soap or emulsifiers. They use super empowered water, which is patented. And I'll tell you, water can clean. We've learned that through water treatment, that if water is soft and alkaline and certain other things, it'll clean like crazy, and they do it. And they have a patented process along with deep scrubbers that get your carpets clean without any sticky residue. It dries faster, stays clean longer. That's zeroresdenver.com. 3 rooms. $119. Of course, you can have more done if you want. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150. The people I trust in my home. zeroresdenver.com.
Great communication, great service, clear and professional, and fair pricing. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Sheridan Auto Tech. Uncle Kevin, multiple locations. These guys can do repair, maintain anything on any vehicle for a better price than the dealer. Doesn't void any warranties, of course, and quicker, better, faster. SheridanAutoTech.com. List of the locations is right there. I use Uncle Kevin personally. You have to check him out. SheridanAutoTech.com. Now, let's talk about SimplyFloorsInc.com. These guys were in yesterday. I love Buddy Mitchell and Karen. Here's the deal. If you want the best price on LVT, hardwood, carpet, you name it, tile, these guys have it. The best pricing, the best service. They bring the showroom to you. You go to SimplyFloorsInc.com. You log in. You pick out what day you want them to show up. They'll bring you all the samples. You get to see them with your furniture, your current flooring. You get the idea. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Talk about Blue Sky CBD. It has really been working for my aches.
Man, he hits it hard with these guys.
CBD, the more that I'm aware of how much it is.
One of my guys just saw it again.
Mark, can you come here a sec?
I've used, I savor injury recently. I continue to use the balm on my shoulder.
I love it. I want to get
pictures in the morning.
That is funny. We should get those stickers.
Hey, let that to me, man.
I got 2 branded shirts already, man.
Let's
go branded.
I just don't understand.
I got a coffee mug.
Honestly, it has really helped me
Mr.
relax.
Brandon.
Yeah. Also, let me talk about the Pro Gels, which are designed for athletes to use pre and post workout. It's great energy boost. Get 30% off your first order using promo code KHOW, KHOW. And there are things in there that I really believe you will like and will help you. 30% off your first order by using promo code KHOW. Blue Sky CBD at bluesky-cbd.com.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loan. Credit card balances won't be the only thing going up in the new year. Rates will rise as well. Don't miss out on your chance to save. 303-867-7000 or online, idealhomeloans.com.
Here's Bruce and Steve, the Williams brothers. Fresh from the pages of InStyle, Harper's Bazaar, and all magazines, even is what other fashionistas and jewelers house. Of gorgeous wearable diamond fashion pieces with award-winning engagement rings. Each piece is designed with pride from the heart of New York City. All of us at Williams Jewelers are proud to be your official Gabriel and Company Jewelers anti-celebrate. You're invited to the Gabriel and Company set. The party on Saturday, November 12th and 13th. Spend just $500 or more on that early Christmas gift. A fashion piece for yourself and receive Gabriel and Company's sterling Bougican necklace, a $100 value as our gift. Join us, won't you? Friday and Saturday, November Retirement is the biggest investment you'll ever make, so choosing the right financial partner is a huge decision. I'm Scott Hansen with Allward Financial, and we believe there's a big difference between saying someday you'll have enough money to retire and actually putting a plan in place so you can retire with confidence. That's why we offer free retirement-ready assessments with experienced financial advisors. So worry less about money tomorrow. Assessment today at allwardfinancial.com or call 888-242-6766. Denver's Talk Station, 630 KL.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors for all your garage door needs. They're great people. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Now, I'm telling you that so many times insurance companies, garage door companies, they won't come out and look at a problem. They'll come out and inspect your entire door for $80. $80 if you're moving into a home and you just want it inspected. Many companies don't do that. They'll do the entire door, adjust it, safety adjustments, tighten hinge bolts, check cables, and all of that for $80. Or any problem 24/7, especially if like a broken spring you can't get in your house. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, where you'll find all their prices. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 720-370-3987. All right, now, so Shannon says they're having a problem. Their in-laws are having a problem getting insurance money from the lender. The lender is withholding money. Now, that's not unusual for a lender to withhold money when there's a lien on the house. So what I need to know, Shannon, what was the mortgage balance?
I think it's about $250.
Well, of course they're going to hold money. That is an absolute natural thing to do. Why do you expect them to pay your in-laws 100% of insurance proceeds when they have a $250,000 lien on that property?
The issue that we're having is getting the inspections to have the money released. So it took 7 weeks from the first time that I requested one to them releasing $85,000 of whatever they were holding.
Okay, we have to back up, because the way I thought you said they're withholding $180,000 and they were paid $600.
No. $600 is their entire claim. That includes personal property. That's not just the structure. The issue I'm having is that they're not releasing funds. Are they rebuilding? Are they rebuilding the place? Yes.
Okay, so you're saying they're holding all of the money, not just 180. They're holding all of it.
No, they've released some of it. But
how much have they released?
The last check they got was for $85,000, and I think before that it was about $60,000.
Okay, what are they not releasing?
$181,000.
And what is that for?
For the structure.
Is it rebuilt?
Mostly.
Okay.
We're waiting on another inspection.
I get what you're saying. Why does the lender say they're holding it?
Because they need an inspection. But the process to get an inspection done, like the last time, took 7 weeks for them to determine that the house was 60% complete. And at that point, they only released $85,000. But we have contractors to pay to be able to get the house more complete, and we can't get the house more complete until we have the money to pay them.
I get you. Jeremy, what do they do in this? Jeremy is with Compass Insurance Group. They're our helpers, our experts. They're not involved in this particular case. What does she do, Jeremy? Is Jeremy still on the line?
Oh, I thought he was there, Tom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jeremy. So they can't get money released even though they're rebuilding the house, and they have to pay bills.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Are the contractors needing the money now? Is that kind of the problem?
Shannon?
Yes.
Okay, and you've explained that to the lender, correct?
But the lender says we got to get an inspector out there.
Which they did one time so far. They were supposed to send another one out yesterday, but they don't show up. They're late. You call an 800 number. You have to go through a bunch of prompts to get to a live agent. I've been told it has to be 70% complete and they'll release all of the funds. I've been told it has to be 90% complete for them to release all the funds. Now the story is that it has to be 80% complete for them to release the rest of the funds. Like, nobody will give you a clear answer.
And this is from the lender, right?
Yes.
How much is the contractors asking for now?
I think our outstanding balance with them, and they're not asking for it yet, but it's about $100,000 now.
Okay. And that's not the full amount that's owed.
And no. It's going to be coming up, and we need to have that money when they ask for it.
Sure. And I think that, I don't want to speak for the contractors certainly, but I think they're pretty familiar with this issue just in general. And so the bigger issue is, did the insurance pay the money? And if the insurance has paid the money, like in this case, and the lender has the money, I would just kind of talk to the contractors if you get to that point and just let them know where you're at, because you can only do what you can do. And if the lender isn't releasing the money, there's nothing for you to do. But the contractor, again, I want to speak for them, but typically their concern is the insurance paying? In this case, we've already crossed that off. So if the lender has the money's there, it kind of gives them a little bit of peace of mind.
Sure. I guess my concern is more with Specialized Loan Servicing as a company. If you Google them, I mean, they put people through hell. This is what they do.
Yeah, but I mean, most mortgage companies are going to have bad reviews. I mean, they're like tow truck companies.
I'm a realtor, and I've never come across anything like this.
We come across it all the time, but okay. So the name of the lender is who?
Specialized Loan Servicing.
Okay. That's the servicer. Who's the underwriter?
It was CMC, was the original mortgage.
I haven't heard of them. Hey, on a secondary note, just
well, what does she do, Jeremy? Just tell me what she does first. Let's get to this.
There's not much.
I would keep working with the lender. I think that's what you can control. And I think the more you're up front with the contractor right now to just say, hey, here's the situation, you just don't want to look like you're hiding. So I would just communicate to the contractor and say, this is what's going on. I'm working with the lender, but we're having some struggles. Let them know what's going on so they're not surprised.
But the lender's within their rights.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what that contract says, and, when we sign the documents, we don't read every word, but it's probably in there. But I would what you can control is working with the lender, trying to find that right person that can work with you, that can help you, give you the right advice, maybe escalate it to a manager or something. But that's, to me, where I would spend.
They won't call you back.
Anywhere.
I went to their office in Greenwood Village the last 2 days, and they're threatening to call the cops on me.
Welcome to the world of today. I swear to God, customer service is out the door.
Yeah, it's gone to hell.
It's gone to hell. Nobody cares.
They lost everything they owned, and what I'm asking for from these people is some compassion and understanding in trying to help me with this. Because, imagine if you had 15 minutes to get out of your house. And
no, I understand. Now, listen, here's what you might want to do. You might want to employ a public adjuster. Well, a public adjuster can help you. And now you may say, wait, we already made the claim. You might be able to get way more money, which would make faster release if you get a public adjuster.
Shannon, it's definitely worth doing.
At least call them. Now, I got a couple here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, Claims Pro is on our website for, what public adjusters do. You don't need them to fight for your insurance company, but you don't know that because they might take a look and say, you know what, we can't do any better. What you got was fair. However, if it turns out they can get you extra money, they only charge a small commission on the extra money, and then you could end up getting more money. No matter what, you need to do that. And then they can also help get it released from the lender. But I want you to try Claims Pro. Give Peter a call, and then another one, 833-252-4600. That's 833-252-4600. 4600. He's in the Denver office, but his number 833-252-4600. Ask for Peter. We also have Paragon Services on the referral list at paragonservices.com. But if you go to referrallist.com, you can find them both. And they can really, really help you. Public adjusters in general are really good to have on your side. And that's, I would just recommend that totally. Now, let's talk. Oh, I got to take a break. And then we have more coming up. But it is true. Customer service sucks right now. I mean, it sucks.
As our friend Mark would say, there's more to the story on this eviction thing.
Good. You called?
I did.
Good. Is it good and juicy?
Yes.
Good. I smelled that out of those motherfuckers. He was either cooking meth or got into a fight or fucking the guy's wife or kicked his dog.
Hey,
Something
Tom.
happened in that basement.
Tom, it's my birthday Saturday. You want to go for a helicopter ride Saturday?
I can take you for a
All
little.
right. Eric would love to do it. Eric and I on Saturday?
Yeah, I come landed. I think we'll be around. We'll be around. Bring him out to Freetown.
I can probably do that. That'd be awesome. It'd be a great birthday present. Eric would love it.
You got to pay for gas.
I can pay for gas.
It's jet fuel.
I can pay
No,
for
you don't.
gas.
Biden's in office. You don't.
Was that a gas station somebody just saying?
Oh,
Did you send that to me?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Did I? Oh, yeah.
I get that. That's so cool. That is so cool.
I want to get a bunch of those and start sticking them.
Did you ever see Glenn Beck's Christmas deal when he did?
Let's talk about affordable interest mortgage and what they can do for you. They have jumbo loans, FHA loans, VA loans. They have whatever you need, conventional loans, and the fix-up loan, which I talk about because it's incredible. Right now, a lot of people are buying a lot of houses in all kinds of conditions. You can get the fix-up loan, which will fix up the house. And here's what happens. They escrow the money, but they appraise the house as if the repairs are done. As soon as you close, you get to fix up the house with the money built into the loan. So it's right where it should be, in a loan, to fix up the house that you're buying with the loan. There's also the liquid loan. Now, that's a line of credit. So it pays off the house or buys the house. Then if you have extra equity, it's associated with a checking account, a special checking account where you can write checks anytime you want. If you want to deposit money in that checking account, it actually pays down the balance, so you pay less interest. It goes up and down there for the term, the liquid loan. AImortgage.net. That's affordable interest mortgage. 720-895-0500.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Dunray Kitchens and Baths. Oh boy, the holidays are coming fast.
Up there. Can you give me a number like people that didn't use you or a public adjuster with a say a total loss in those fires compared to people that did use one? Is there a percentage more? I mean, but real numbers. If you don't know, just say it. Holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, a total loss one. Listen to this, Tom. Those fires she was talking about, they offered 500. Matt got involved. They got 1.5 fucking million.
Which one was that?
Where are they trying to screw people? That same fire. I mean, like, what's their justification in $1 million difference?
Are you concerned about how rising taxes, inflation, and healthcare costs
Holy
affect your
shit.
financial future?
That's fucking unbelievable.
At 3 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern for a special encore presentation of our 9 wealth strategies virtual event.
That is insane, man. We just had a call from one. They didn't use a public adjuster, and they're trying to even just get the money. Not from the insurance company. The insurance company sent it to the lender, and the lender's being really fucking slow on releasing the money, but it's a rebuild deal. So anyhow, but you need to, man. You need to have one of them call in because that is fucking unbelievable information. All of them State Farm. No shit. All right. I might have this lady call you too. Just talk to her. By. Holy shit. 500,000 to 1.5.
So you want me to do it this way here? And then just put an X, and you can look at it daily or something, and then we clear it out every day. You know
No, just keep it going. I like it a lot.
Or just keep it going, like, I don't need to put dates or anything, just an X. And when do you want me to start it?
I don't. Yeah.
What are we talking? I was just not. There's something
Tracking the calls coming in, where they're coming from.
Oh,
But
is that
was
what
that
you're
the
doing,
three
Mark?
we need? Facebook, radio
Did you
ad,
set up
next
a thing for her
door.
to do that?
I'm setting it up. Is it Facebook, radio ad, next door, other? Is that all you need
Is it
to
a
know?
Google Doc or what?
I mean, if they say a lawyer referred me or a friend, or hey, my friend said I should call Tom Martino.
Mark,
then
is
it
it,
would be
is it a Google Doc?
No, it's right next to call screener. It's the second sheet.
She made it.
Right
I don't
here,
know what
ad
it is.
tracking.
I just told her I wanted
Click
track.
on it, you can see,
Cool.
and then I can just do.
No, that's cool. Yeah, good.
And then,
Because if we're spending
I
money
know
on
what he's doing. Yeah, good. Good.
anyway, when did you want me to start doing that?
now,
ZipRecruiter.com/
just like a business would ask, how'd you get our number?
Yeah, but do you have radio ads going yet?
Yeah, next door.
Oh, make sure you include the magazine as well.
That's a good one too. 303.
Oh, yeah, let's do that too.
Anything we hear more than once needs to be tracked. That's basically the deal. That next door ad already hit 4,000 people. I didn't know how quick it goes.
Our next door?
Yeah. It's a paid ad. I mean, it's nothing but, hey, need help, free help, blah, blah, blah.
I get it, but next door,
Maybe coffee jelly.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Would blow it up in a heartbeat. I have to go have a talk with, not Mike, who's the sales manager?
Oh, God.
I got to go talk to him about that. This thing with Integra is like, I really screwed it up. When they saw the numbers coming out of that jelly, now all the questions are, why is it different? And I have no damn answer. I have no answer.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, I got to ask you something real quick. Sue's got to get the calls up as soon as possible, but George, with Fix It 24/7, you said an installation affects a furnace longevity and performance as much as the brand name. If you have both, good, then you're great. Does that go for water heaters? Less so, probably, right?
Yeah, less so. No, I mean,
with a water heater,
heater's more is more
straightforward.
How hard your water is in your house. So if you have a water filtration system,
yeah,
you know that helps prolong the life of your water heater. But the biggest thing with water heaters is just draining the sediment out every year.
And cleaning it. Yeah, cleaning it.
Drain the sediment out. Yeah, most people don't know that, and most people don't get it done. So the sediment builds up.
Yeah. And
as it builds up, it's like heating a hard rock before you actually.
That's true.
Heat.
It literally builds up.
Hey, real quick, just to follow up on a public adjuster, I talked to one over the break. Those fires up there was 3 State Farm cases he dealt with. 3 total losses. The most they were offering the people at the beginning was $500,000-$600,000. He settled 2 out of the 3, which are done and settled
for like $1.5 million.
Maximum policy 1.5. In other words, maximum payout. People, you have to use a public.
You have to. You have to. Tiffany, what's going on with Meineke? We will talk to you, but we're taking a break right now. Can you hold?
Yes, sir.
Do you think they cheated you, Tiffany?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. We got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino. We got George here with Fix It 24/7, fixmyhome.com, 720-526-3939. And remember, you can go to referralist.com for help information.
Okay. I'll be right back. Yes. He said the other big part is where they were really fucking people is the contents. Totally fucking them. You know, they give you $20 for a couch. He's like, they don't even want to give replacement. They want to give actual cash value, but the fucking policy's replacement. But they're putting down $20 for a couch.
Dang. All the same insurance.
Show me where I can buy a couch for $20. I'll go buy one.
There's one on the street over there.
There's one in our neighborhood, actually. This motherfucker has had a recliner out on Tomichi for 2 weeks saying, free, take it. And I'm going, okay, do you get the fucking gist yet? No one's going to take your fucking recliner. Now get rid of it.
Yeah, I hear on Craigslist you can get one, Mark.
I'll tell you, I've given so much shit away on Craigslist, dude. If you want someone over at your house to get rid of your shit quick,
Let's put it free.
yeah, there's got to be. I mean, it's got to be something they can resell, though.
Yeah.
I gave my tractor away, dude. A little fucking riding
You gave
lawnmower.
your tractor away?
Little riding lawnmower.
I remember it. The one that pulled us around the neighborhood.
Fuck yeah, that's right. Holy. Okay, picture this. 3 drunk motherfuckers, like really drunk, driving around. I'm driving him and a fat dude.
Who's the third motherfucker?
The third motherfucker is Dave Haglund, who, not anymore, but he used to weigh a good solid 350. Looks like a biker, like, I mean, full-blown Hell's Angel, right? Like, no bullshit.
Goth, hair, black, rings.
Just the whole bit. So him and Dave are in this little wagon I got, and I'm pulling them around in this little Sears Craftsman long tractor around the neighborhood.
He's showing us his neighborhood.
I'm not. Oh man, we got in more trouble in that neighborhood. I won't go into that shit. I forgot about that shit. I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, those were some interesting.
I forgot about that shit. Let's put it this way: there was 3 of us. I turn around and I'm the only one there. I see him and Dave hauling ass and jumping fences. And I'm there holding the bag. Literally.
Now, Doc, listen. Remember what he said. Remember what he said. Dave is like sitting on 350.
Yeah.
Hauling ass and jumping fences.
I'm holding the bag, literally.
There must be a fucking dog chasing him or something. If he's hopping fences at 350.
Nah, the door.
There's probably a pit bull after
that.
that.
The door just opened.
Oh, it was a trip, man. It was a trip.
Oh my goodness.
In fact, Dave learned a very important lesson
yes,
on that one.
From that set of activities.
You never go certain places when asked. You make them go to you.
That's right. Don't find me.
I'm going, man, who would do that? That's not smart, Dave.
Don't do that. You want me, you gotta come get me. I'm not coming to you. Not like that.
Imagine a mugger calls you and says, hey, man.
Meet me on such and such a corner so I can mug you. Right?
And would you do me a favor and have your wallet hang out a little more? Make sure there's lots of money in it. Okay. I'll be there.
Did you watch Yellowstone yet?
I watched the first one. This really pisses me off over Yellowstone. I have Paramount Plus. I've had it forever. Yeah. It's not on Paramount Plus. You got to download Paramount. So Paramount has one station called Paramount, and then they have Paramount Plus, which I already pay for because of another show I watch.
HBO and HBO Max are the same fucking way.
It's not on Paramount.
That is fucked up. I didn't know that.
No, HBO Max, you have different. You get extra stuff.
You get some HBO and you get some Cinemax. But what he's saying is HBO still got its own shit you can't get.
Right.
That is fucked up.
Did you watch the first hour of it?
Oh, I loved it.
It was great.
Suzanne and I loved it. I went to put on the second, and it's locked on my app. Wow. So I can get it anyhow. I just have. I wanted to build up to about 3 or 4. I would have watched 4 the other night.
Yeah, last night I turned on to watch 2 of them.
We watched this. What was that show we got into last night? What's it called? Couples Therapy.
Oh.
It's fucking real, man. And it's this chick that's a therapist, and she'll usually have 3 or 4 different couples. We watched the whole first season, this second season. It's real.
Watching?
Yeah, it's real shit.
Okay.
It's absolutely reality. And so, like, one couple's gay, the other one is they each had kids going into a relationship, and she's mean as shit. This bitch is so mean. She said, you're so lazy. She said this to the husband in therapy. You are so lazy. You could quit doing everything, and you'd be doing more than you're doing now.
The therapist said that.
No.
Oh, the wife
said it in front of the therapist. And then the other couple is just I don't know how to explain them. They're just not doing good. But it's pretty good, man. My favorite's the angry chick, the one I was just telling you. Holy shit, man. This bitch cuts him down like I have never seen. I don't know why he doesn't get up and leave, man. It's a good show, Doc, if you like real shit.
There are a lot of people who need to be in relationships. They have a psychological predisposition that they don't want to be alone.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want to be alone. I've never been alone.
Let me tell you
Although
something.
I was an only child, so that is kind of fun.
Let me tell you something, Mark. I've looked on a couple of dating sites recently, and the pool of available women over the age of 60 is so small, you need a microscope to even find one.
Because they're already hooked up?
No, because they're all ugly, fat, and don't take care of themselves.
Got it.
Or they are absolutely lovely and ain't got time for no damn dating site.
Well, but those aren't the one on dating. I'm talking about.
I was there. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah, how many people in the range you just said are actually on dating sites? So I bet it's 5%.
No, a lot, because women don't want to be alone either.
No, but I don't think they go to like churches and restaurants and bars.
No, not anymore.
No.
Nope. Because they want, if you use a dating site properly, it's a very safe and secure way. I mean, what I do in the past, if I meet somebody on a dating site, I'll have 2 or 3 phone conversations with them, and then I'll meet them for either brunch or for a drink. And if somebody won't meet you for brunch or for a drink after 2 or 3 conversations, it's a scam. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And if they will meet you, and you meet them for half an hour, you have a cup of coffee, and it's over.
Then you regroup.
Well, you're not going to get scammed. You're not going to get taken advantage of.
Yeah. At least not short term.
Right.
We have a guy who used to own a concrete pumping company. He had 2 chicks. He's older than you, Doc. He's almost 80. And he had a 40-year-old move in and a 25-year-old chick move in.
Wow. At the same time?
Same time.
Wow.
His name's Howard. I ain't going to say his last name.
No, I wish I had enough.
I didn't know whether to high five him or slap the shit out of him.
Wish I was his Viagra salesman.
Is the Troubleshooter Show. Now,
all right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Honestly, the entire goal of this show is to make your life a little better and make the people making your life miserable suffer. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we have this thing called a radio tower. So if you got a bad guy out there, someone that ripped you off, took an advantage of you, we want to talk about him right here on the air. We want to out him. Let's put it that way. We want people to know who not to use. As far as people who to use, that's what referralist.com is for. In fact, in studio with me right now, George Donaldson with Fix It 24/7. Their website is fixmyhome.com. George, I'm going to ask you right now, then I got to go to calls, but we haven't talked about your tune-up yet. $39, are we doing it, or it's too close? What are your thoughts on this right now?
Winter has come late this year, so people are fortunate if they haven't got it done. There's still a little time.
So new clients only.
Right.
$39, full tune-up, meaning your guys will get out there, they're going to take the furnace apart, get the dirt out of it, make sure it's in good working order, get your sticker on there so they know who to call if it breaks down, and it comes with a breakdown guarantee, if I recall.
It does, so it's free if your system breaks down this winter, which it won't. But yeah, we pull the blower motor. I mean, make sure we do it. I encourage people to watch. That's why we do it one time for first-time clients, because I want them to see what we do. Nobody else does it.
Guys, check it out. $39. It has to be a first time. It's very easy why they do this. They want to introduce the company. They're full home services. They do electrical. They do HVAC. They do plumbing, drain cleaning. So the bottom line is they want to introduce you to the company, and this is a great way to do it. You're getting a value. You're getting a $150 value for $39. You got to get it booked, because I remember last year when the snow falls and the cold comes, all you guys are doing is fixing furnaces.
Right. For people who didn't get this done, right? And the value mark is $400 to $1,000. Anybody else, if you say, hey, I want you to actually pull everything and clean it, they'll say, oh, that's a rejuvenation, and they'll charge you up to $1,000. That's the value.
And you do that for the $39.
Well, Yeah,
I know. First time.
If you're not a member, our normal price is $140, and we do that. Only $140. It's worth $140 every year. Our membership
easily.
If you're a member, you get a lot more benefits, and it's even cheaper. But
I guess the part I want to emphasize to everybody listening, this isn't a company that's going to come out there, look at it, and go, oh, you need a new furnace, or this, or spend 10 minutes with a cloth wiping it down. They're going to tune up your furnace for $39. One time only, though.
One time. People try to get this, and they try to wait for this,
and try to do it again.
Dirt cakes. The biggest thing is dirt cakes up on motors, Mark, and it traps the heat in. It traps the heat in and makes it work harder, hotter, and then a seal breaks. And if you wait and this seal breaks, it'll leak oil over time till it seizes. And right now, more than ever in history, you do not want a motor going out because you're probably not going to be able to get another one.
Because you can't get one.
Yeah. So not getting this done now is worse than ever before. And Tom asked me if we do a special today since I'm here. We will. So instead of $39, we'll do it for $24.
$24
for the first 25 callers.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. $24.
I won't even do first 25 callers. I'll do anybody who calls and schedules it before 4 o'clock. It won't get done today, but schedule
Suzanne,
it.
we should make them drive out to...
Okay, hold on. So if they schedule it today, it's $24. If you have not had it done before.
Yeah.
People, no matter what, this is the deal because you won't believe what they do. I mean,
$24.
Here's what they're hoping. They're hoping you'll be so impressed that when you have a problem, you're going to call them. And that's why they're willing to invest that $24 today until 4 o'clock. You don't have to have it done today. You just have to call in today for the $24 clean and check special. Tiffany, now, back to you with the Meineke issue. You said they cheated you. All right, so let's go to the beginning. Why did you go to Meineke?
We had a simple leak in our 2003 Dodge Durango and thought it would suffice to just get it fixed.
All right, and so what did they do on your, it was a 2012 you said?
No, 2003.
I'm sorry, 2003 Dodge Durango. How many miles on that, out of curiosity?
180.
Okay.
However, I've been the sole owner, bought it off the lot.
Okay.
Very good care of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So they called a couple of days later after they quoted us $2,400 worth of work.
Now, the $2,400 was going to be for what?
Drain plug torque, transmission oil filter. They thought it needed a new water pump, just cleaning all the cooling systems.
Got it. Okay, so what happened?
So they tried to give it back to us 4 days later, and we go to drive it off after we pay, and the check engine light is now on, which wasn't before. So we went back to management, and they kept it longer and said, let us figure out what it is.
You know how many times this happens a lot? This really happens a lot where people do a service and the check engine light comes on. And that could be from a number of different things. That could be just leaving a wire undone or a sensor. What did it turn out to be? Do you know?
We don't know, so we left it. We came back and they tried to charge us $166 to look at it again. And the check engine light was still on, and we went to get gas, and now it's starting to shake, like something is inside, that they left something inside.
Wait a minute. Okay. So hold on. Is the check engine light still on?
They still have our vehicle, and we gave it to them September 14th.
Oh, that's bad. What do they say they're doing with it?
Now they say it needs a new motor. And they said that they would take $2,400 off.
Wait a minute. Why does it need a new motor? I mean, by the way, that wouldn't be unusual. It would be coincidental, but not unusual. So what I want to know is why do they say it needs a new engine?
That's the only reason it could be sounding and shaking like that. So I said,
so what are they? No. Wait. You got to get this checked out, obviously. First, you have to verify. You have to verify they didn't do it, and that they did the $2,400 worth of work. But here's the bad news: if they caused that engine to fail, what do you think they would owe you? Let's just say they did, for argument's sake. They're not going to owe you.
I took it further.
Go ahead.
I took it even further. So then I emailed the CEO of Driven Brands, which is Meineke, and all the board members, and let them know my decision, what was going on and what I was not going to allow. I called the Better Business Bureau and the news station to try and get it covered. And I was talking to one DM, which they wouldn't even give me his number before. And I called the company, and they just kind of let me feel like I was dumb and listened to my situation and said, oh, it's a franchise. There's nothing we can do.
Well,
There's
that's
a lot of
kind
truth to that.
That's kind of true, but in any case, what I want to know, Tiffany, is before you go off blaming them, we have to know, did they cause the engine failure? You don't know they did. I mean, maybe they did, but we have to prove it.
Well, we drove it in, and they wanted us to tow it out.
Okay, I understand that. Okay, so do you know what they did? Can you prove it? Driving it in and towing it out is not the same. I know it sounds so logical, but we have to connect them to something.
Yeah, well,
I'm trying to help you build a case, okay?
Yes. Well, they agreed they messed it up, that it was their fault. And so...
Hold on. They agreed they blew your engine.
Yes.
Okay.
Or something happened and things were wrong in there.
So what are they willing to do? Well, hold on. What are they willing to do?
They are currently trying to find a new engine to put in the vehicle that matches the mileage, but they're not willing to refund all of our car rental fees for the last 3 months and the original $2,400 that we paid.
Well, hold on. If they replace the engine, they don't have to pay you the original $2,400 if that engine is as good or better than the previous engine. If it's not, then they would have to refund that extra work you had done. It all depends on that. I mean, really, if they're willing to replace that engine, they should replace the engine. You took it in there for repairs. If they make you whole, that's all they have to do. They don't have to refund $2,400. I mean, it's not like you went in there and they owe you an engine plus $2,400. However, they probably do owe you for the replacement car and all of that, the rental or however. I mean, are they willing to do anything for that?
No. They said we're lucky we're getting a new engine.
Well, you're not lucky unless they didn't do it. I mean, this is where we're at a standstill. We don't know. If they've took it upon themselves, when do they say you'll have an engine?
They have said that for 2 weeks now we're going to have one, and then it's a week and a half, and so
we need to call them. We need to call them to let them know we're watching, and then we need to figure out. You should hire somebody to check out what was done and why the engine failed. And that doesn't cost that much, but you ought to do that with, I would say, SOS inspections.
Yeah, but it's probably already out, right?
Where's the engine right now? Do you know?
No clue. And I don't even know what they've done to it since they've had it for 3 months.
God, 3 months is insane, but we go back to who knows why.
Well, that's our problem. We don't even know why.
Well, I guess what I mean by that is supply chain, or are they just lazy, or I have no idea. Doc, you want to call over there and get their side, see what's going on?
I think we should.
It's great they are putting an engine in it, though.
Yeah, I mean, if they are. Hold on. Let's find out what they have to say. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
What's that?
Any Tylenol? We have Excedrin.
You want ibuprofen, Excedrin, or Tylenol?
Excedrin.
Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine. I think every day when I get up and I don't have any pain. They've got me over some chronic pain. And then I had some acute pain from an injury. They got me over all of that. ColoradoPainCare.com. All you have to do is call them. They work with all major insurance. They have invasive therapies, non-invasive therapies. They have in-between therapies. They have spinal cord stimulators, point of injection, trigger points, and they have nerve blocks, whatever it takes to get you out of pain so you can get on with your life, including physical therapy. Call them. Same-day appointments even available for those in real pain. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. If you're looking for a loan in this market, nothing is better than the pre-approval at Ideal Home Loans because you're approved. It's done. The money's there waiting for the house, not the other way around. So now when you go to put a deal in, it's like you're a cash buyer. Think about that. Pre-approvals at idealhomeloans.com. 303-867-7000. Another thing, you don't have to go to 15 or 30. You can pick whatever term you want, and you can get pre-approved. They even have an interest rate guarantee. So if you close and rates go down even further, you have not missed the boat. They will refinance you free of charge. You can call for details. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
Saving money has never been more important.
Uber settled with us. I don't know if I told you. Fuckers.
What were you asking for?
I asked for 400. We settled at 300. They overcharged us on that scooter by $13. It wasn't even the money. It was these fucks. There's no way to get in touch with them. You can't get in touch with them.
Pardon me. We had like 15 calls on that special because you guys didn't give out the phone number. So could you get the phone number out for that special?
Christ.
I mean, I didn't get the phone number out. I've got it memorized now, George.
That's funny.
They couldn't find us?
We forgot to give it out.
That was that special that you did give out the phone number.
See, if he didn't come back in, I would have given
It's the home.com. They should know that by now.
They should. Can they schedule
Oh,
one?
they're asking for a mistrial with prejudice now.
They can chat with somebody on the website.
I wouldn't be surprised if this judge didn't give it to them from everything
So they
I'm
can chat
reading.
with someone
That
and set up
prosecutor
the
was
appointment
bringing shit
online
in
on
that
your
he
little chat
couldn't
feature.
bring in.
I'll tell
He
people
wanted
that
to
too.
make sure certain things the jury heard that the judge already ruled on pretrial.
I mean,
Whether he knows that you cannot use deadly force to protect things like your car and stuff, which has nothing to do with the circumstance. But the judge literally said, no, that has nothing to do with anything. So he tried to sneak it in there, and the judge went fucking apeshit, told the jury to go, and fucking just beat the shit out of that prosecutor. With prejudice means that's it. It's done and over, baby. I wonder if they dismiss it without prejudice. He fucked up pretty good, man. He, right in front of the jury, he said a lot of shit that he was not allowed to say, and the fucking judge was infuriated. I always wondered that, I'm not going to talk about the lawsuit, but I always wondered how much we can say that you're not supposed to say and how. But I don't know. That's why attorneys make the big bucks. At least ours makes the big bucks, huh?
Yeah, and help you get the big bucks.
If you told me this lawsuit would cost what it is, I'd fucking tell you you're full of shit. What's the most expensive lawsuit you've ever had? Try to use today's dollars if it was 30 years ago. Your
It was
fees.
the one with Prima Donna.
She ended up paying the fees, though, right?
Well, yeah, I won the attorney's fees. I ended up foreclosing on her house, yeah. But that was the most expensive I had to pay out.
Yeah, you were paying out of pocket. Did you end up net zero on it?
Yeah.
Did her thing cover the cost you had, or did
A little,
you?
a little more. Also, because once I foreclose, it's mine. Also, the other one I did, I spent and got attorney's fees. That was almost as much. That was the one out of Fort Hood Polaris or something.
Oh, the snowmobiles or some shit? I don't even remember that one. I mean, I remember you telling me about it. That must have been a long time ago.
No, it was not that long.
Within 20?
It was after her.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so listen, people have been calling us on that furnace special because I didn't give out the phone number right afterwards. You know, first of all, let me explain something. That $39 price is a very low price to begin with. It really is. It should be hundreds of dollars because they spend hours there. They take out the blower motor if they can, the cage. They adjust everything they can. They clean everything they can. They go through that furnace like a total refurbishment, and they only charge $39, and that is only for first-time people who never had it done before. And then he said, I'll go down to $24. I mean, you know, you spend more than that on coffee in a week. So the $24 is for anyone who calls before 4 o'clock today. You do not have to have it done today. Just call to schedule. And that's 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Javier, what's going on with you, sir? Javier, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What's going on, man?
I called last month on the 18th for an advice. I bought a car. You will remember when I said this.
A 2021 Hyundai Palisades.
Yes, sir.
And you had 400 miles, a Skyline. You paid. The salesman, Juarez, says that he doesn't know anything about it.
Yes. And I haven't got the title yet.
Well, when we called them, they didn't even know you existed. So they're lying basically. You're saying Skyline is lying. Who did we have call over there? You're saying that you bought a 2021 Hyundai Palisades with 400 miles on it. It's a brand new one. You cannot get. What do you want? You paid cash, and you say you can't get the title, or what?
Yeah, I can't get the title. They just that guy told me, the salesman told me he really has nothing to do with it.
But you bought it September 25th.
That's nothing these days.
Well, it hasn't even been 2 months. But wasn't there another reason you couldn't get the title, you said?
Well, they told me they don't know what actually the title is.
Do you listen? It takes about 60 to 90 days under normal circumstances. So it hasn't even been 60 days, Javier. Do you have a reason to believe you're not going to get the title?
Well, I'm trying to prevent for things to get there.
But it hasn't even been 60 days.
Well, one of your co-workers told me, or your workers told me that to call around this time if.
All right, listen.
Does he want out of the deal? Is that where this is going?
Javier,
what do you want?
No, here's what happened.
Did you call on this?
Yes, I did. And they said that they had to pay off the loan, that they sent the papers in.
It was a 2021.
Yes. And
it was brand new, wasn't it?
But it had been, it was a resale. They took it in. They were going to pay off the loan. They sent the papers in to the loan company.
Was this new or used, Javier?
Well, they say it's used. He had 400 miles.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead, Doc.
So they said they were sending the paperwork into the people that had the lien on the car because it was a loan, and that as soon as they got the paperwork back from that loan company, they would forward it to Javier, and he could get his title.
Javier, why do you think that they're not going to do it?
Because they don't. All I need is like in a specific day. If
they don't know a specific. They don't know a specific day, Javier. They don't know a specific day.
We could possibly help you maybe get out of the deal if that's what you're looking for.
I would love to. I don't like to be mess around like that with.
Well, we can make a call. I mean, I don't know if it's a reasonable amount of time. The law in Colorado reads they have to deliver title in a reasonable amount of time. With COVID and everything going on, I don't know what that is. Tom, what do you think?
Well, I think 60 days would be, I think he's unreasonable right now, expecting it before 60 to 90 days. But, man, that's up to him. Javier, why do you have temp tags?
Yes, I got 5 days left.
Listen, okay, did they say they would give you another temp tag?
Well, they mentioned something. There's nothing in writing. No.
Well, why don't you call them and tell them you need another temp tag and see what they say? Listen, I'm not going to fight this battle right now. It hasn't even been 60 days. There are people waiting 4 months for titles right now.
A year out of California.
And don't forget, it's a third loan company they're dealing with. It's not a direct purchase from the dealer.
Now listen,
Doc was teasing us over break while you were out. He called the people.
I know, on the eviction.
And I'm dying to know what he found out.
We'll find out, because the woman or the guy said they were living in the basement of friends. They were giving him $200 a week. After 9 months, they told him to get out. The landlord took all his trailers. The landlord won't let him get his stuff. All of that coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report is paid for by Business Roundtable.
The drive through the metro area highways is in good shape right now. No reported major incidents or accidents that I'm hearing about. A little slow traffic southbound I-25 approaching 6th Avenue, and the ramp from eastbound 6th onto southbound is jamming up. Out to the west, just a big heads up here, Highway 6 is closed through Clear Creek Canyon, both directions due to an accident, closed between highways 119 and 58. Fox 31 pin.
Damn it. I don't know how. Suzanne's got to send it to me. Hold on.
Congress is considering one of the biggest tax increases on businesses in American history. They can outcompete America. Raising taxes.
Court resumes, so what does that mean?
He did not grant the mistrial. He noted it.
So let's talk about
a really great company. Young men who came out of high school and said, you know what, we don't like what we see, we're going to do better. Premier Window Cleaning Services and Pressure Washing. Now, they have a long website. I want you to get ready for it, and a phone number. They do commercial window cleaning and pressure washing, residential window cleaning and pressure washing, and they do holiday light installations. All of this work is done top-notch at low prices, okay? Here is the number, 303-564-5574, 303-564-5574. Their website, premierwindowcleaningdenver.org. premierwindowcleaningdenver.org. Hey, every month I have Rocky Mountain IV Medics come here. Why? Because I want to get hydration therapy, one of the most common therapies there are for wellness, for hangovers, for migraines, for vitamin deficiencies, dehydration, whatever it is on your plate. They can handle it at your office, at your home. They do it in the studio. They even have gone to truck stops to help over-the-road truckers who run through town. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. Here's the great part. You get medical experts at your location for no more than you would pay at a hydration bar. So why not have them come to you? 720-987-2155. It works like an Uber or Lyft. You can call or text for same-day appointments, same-hour appointments. 720-987-2155. Hey, there's a very good chance that if you have a fire, flood, or unattended death or a meth lab or some crime cleanup or anything like that, and you call a restoration company, I hate to tell you this, but there's a very good chance you're going to get ripped off. It's just the way the industry is. But right now, what you have with American Restoration is a wonderful company with all the certifications and experience you need to get rid of toxic materials, mold. They can mitigate floods within a few hours. They have the equipment, they have the expertise, they have the experience. They can even do the rebuilding. So whether you have a fire, flood, mold, crime, unattended death, meth labs, whatever it is, asbestos, they can take care of it. It's 8337-AM-REST. That stands for American Restoration. 8337-AM-REST. Or online, amrest247.com, amrest247.com.
The Sharpest Rise in Englewood wants to keep you safe in work.
Well, okay, go back.
That's my fucking, that's my neighbor's house right next to me, literally Dave's house. Look at
Last night or what?
Saturday. Look at the tail on that motherfucker.
Good God.
You can see, look, here's a lawnmower. You can get an
Yeah, that's
idea.
what I'm saying. I just realized I was trying to size him.
Yeah. He's a fucking big boy, man. So we get lots of bobcats and shit. Coyotes are everywhere. But fucking mountain lions, that motherfucker's paws were that big.
They'll eat a bobcat for a snack.
They'll eat our fucking dogs for a snack. Good thing the little one's fast.
Mm. All he's got to do is beat the big one.
Like I said, you see a bear in the woods, just make you run faster than the person you hit.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. When a big old buck, so my German thinks he's so, badass. He'll go out and chase a deer, but occasionally one of the big bucks will turn around like, fuck you, and start chasing him. And then he starts whooping and hollering like a little bitch, man. It's pretty funny.
Well, you don't want to get piled on those antlers.
Fuck no, man. He's fast, so he's pretty agile.
No, I'm saying I don't blame him for running because I don't want to get impaled on those antlers. Those things are sharp.
You ever seen pictures of like owls or videos swooping out and grabbing a fucking cat and shit?
Yeah,
Man?
oh yeah.
That shit's fucking
Those
crazy.
great horned owls are big birds.
They'll pick up a little dog, man. You know what they do? They bring it up and drop that motherfucker to kill it, then they go eat it.
Well, sometimes the talons will break the neck, and they don't have to worry about it.
Hit them so hard they done when they pick them up.
So when we were at a lake house in Wisconsin, and I mean I've seen like eagles before, but not like all the time. They're fucking everywhere, and they'd be just on the side of the road, man, with their beaks.
Bald eagles?
Bald eagles with their fucking beaks, neck deep into a fucking dead cow. I had no idea what scavengers they were. I always kind of looked at them as these majestic birds that swoop down and eat fresh fish. Bullshit, man. They'll eat anything dead on the side of the road.
You know, there's a kind of vulture, I forget what it's called. And what they do is they take bones, they fly up, they drop the bones.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, Josh, what's going on with you? Hello, Josh, what's happening? Okay, he's not there. Let's talk to. So Javier, on the no car title, I guess I don't know what to tell you, bro. You gotta wait. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, did you call? Did we call on it? We called once. You want to call again, Deputy Doc?
Like I said, they said they sent the paperwork into the loan company.
All right.
Had to lean on the car.
Look at Javier. I wouldn't even start worrying about it for 90 days.
Okay.
All right, I really wouldn't. Now, call them, though, and ask them to give you another temp tag. They should do that. Now, on this eviction, a guy called and said he stayed in a basement of friends. They gave him, he gave him $200 a week, and then 9 months this went on. Then they gave him a 10 days notice, and they stole his trailers. And he has a lot of stuff in it, worth thousands of dollars, of course. What's going on?
Well, here's the interesting thing. First of all, the police did come to the place and allow him to remove his goods. So the police did come, and they were able to do that. So the thing with the trailers, he is telling his contention is that the landlord stole the trailers. I spoke to the landlady, who is a very nasty individual.
She is.
Basically said...
She's a very nasty individual.
Basically said, I don't need to talk to you, blah, blah, blah.
Right, which is
said,
true.
The city condemned it. They took it. I have nothing to do with it.
Okay, hung up.
The original guy called the city of Lafayette. They said, no, we never condemned it. We never took it. They took it. And the other thing that's interesting is that apparently at some point his wife was arrested because there was a TRO against her, that she was arrested for an hour and a half. They released her because there was some technicality and she didn't have a TRO. So there's something going on between these two families. But right now it stands that he's accusing the landlady of stealing the trailers. The landlady is saying, no, the city of Lafayette took the trailers. So his only option at this point is to report it as a theft and let the DA handle it.
Yeah, I just have a feeling... I just have a feeling that
did the landlady?
I just have a feeling the guy's a nut.
Did the landlady get the restraining order or attempt to on the wife? Did she say?
She just said, "I don't." The city condemned it. I don't need to talk to you. Goodbye.
Huh. And she was pretty nasty.
Even to me, can you believe that?
But she's probably just tired of this guy screwing around. And look. He's saying his stuff was worth thousands and all of that. All right, John, by the way, I'm sorry you had to wait so long. What's going on, John?
Hello, hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Philadelphia.
And you used to be in Denver area, right?
Yeah, I used to be at your house all the time.
Yeah, Vergis Construction. So where are you now?
Outside of Philadelphia in Bucks County.
And are you listening? I mean, are you still doing construction?
Yeah, just doing flip homes now and getting into public adjusting. And I heard that on your show today. Thought it was kind of neat.
Are you getting into public adjusting? That's really good. The country needs more because insurance companies are screwing people. But how is the labor shortage going for you?
It's horrible. I complain about it every day.
But what about supplies? You short on anything?
A lot of things are short of supply. I make do with what I can get. I have a lot of leeway because they're my own homes.
But you're in Biden country, aren't you? In Pennsylvania?
I can tell by his accent. He's probably from around those parts.
Yeah, he is, and he's from Biden country, right?
I'm not, but there's a lot of Biden people here.
Yeah, they love him, don't they?
Around here, they do. Yep.
What are they paying for gas?
Right now, we're at $3.50 to $3.75.
That's not terrible. I thought it'd be more.
Yep, not too bad.
Ship us some Philly cheesesteaks, man. Flash.
So listen,
get them here.
So truly, no, really, John. I'm curious though. In Pennsylvania, where you are, he's really popular, right?
He's very popular in the urban areas. I'm in more of a rural area, which is more Republican.
Uh-huh.
But Wilkes-Barre, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh control the state, and that's where he gets his votes.
Uh-huh. Okay. What else is going on as far as the economy there?
Economy's holding good. House prices are through the roof, crazy high. Real shortage on homes.
So how are you doing? How do you afford to do a fix and flip? I mean, it has to be in really disgusting shape to get a deal.
A lot of them are in real bad shape. A lot of them aren't even livable. sometimes people come to us and want to sell their home because of financial needs or elderly or downsizing. So that's been going pretty well. It's harder and harder to find them, though, that's for sure.
So are you doing it alone, or do you have a crew?
I have a crew and a couple of investors and me. And we do the greater Philadelphia, Bucks County area. That's going pretty well.
Okay, cool. What else is going on? Anything?
Little Sarah, my daughter, who you may remember.
Yeah, she's a young lady now, right?
Yep, she's a nurse now and getting married.
Isn't that wonderful? That should make you proud. Well, John, it's good to hear from you.
Hey, Tom, you're famous far and wide.
No, John used to live here and do some work, and he's done a lot of work for me. But
so did Tiffany.
Thank you, John, for saying hi, bro. Suze will give you my email. Craig, what's going on with you, Craig? Welcome to the show. What's happening?
Thank you, Tom. Hey, I got my little postcard in the mail saying I had registration due on one of my vehicles and that an emission test was required.
Yes.
So I went to the emissions testing center near where I live and went through the line and got up into the bay. And as they started to hook things up, he says, "You don't need an emissions test." And I'm like, "I don't." And so he had me get out of the car and he showed me on their screen at their computer that I evidently had passed a
roadside.
Roadside.
Yeah.
Okay, and I said, "Well, do I owe the $25?" He says, "No, you can go."
Yeah.
So I go home and write a check for
your registration.
On my registration.
Yeah.
And they had given me a little white slip that said, "Your car has already passed emissions."
Right.
But the $25 is still due. So I called up the Jefferson County Clerk and Recorder this morning, and I said, "Now, wait a minute. Why is there no communication? If I've passed a drive-by emissions testing center, is that not communicated to the county?"
Yes, it is.
When you send out your postcard, that it should say no emissions test required.
Yes, it is. It takes a while. Yeah, it takes a while, but it does happen.
Okay, so then I said, "Well, I have a slip of white paper that says I owe the $25. She says, "Yes, you do." I said, "For doing it."
But where did you get that slip? Where did you get that white slip that says you owe the money? Was that in the mail?
They gave that to me at the emissions testing center.
I thought
I already had it.
Wait, I
already had it. Go ahead.
I thought they told you didn't have to pay it.
I asked them, and they said no.
But they gave you a piece of paper that said you did.
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. So if you got a piece of paper that says you had to pay, and they told you did not have to pay, didn't you ask them at the emissions why they gave you that white piece of paper?
Well, I said, "What do I give the county to show that?" Because normally you have to give a slip of paper enclosed if you do it by mail, saying that you've passed emissions. It's got a code on there that they can verify through.
Right. Or you give them nothing if you went through a roadside. It's recorded for you.
Okay, but I wanted to make sure, after seeing this $25 due, I wanted to make sure that I had written the check in the correct amount.
Right, gotcha.
Which was just for the amount on the postcard.
Gotcha.
The person at Jefferson County Clerk and Recorder said, "I owe the county the $25, so my $71 registration is now a $96
Okay, but why do you owe the $25? I didn't think you paid for roadside, but go ahead. Why did they say you owe it?
They say you have to pay for the roadside, but I don't understand why my money is going to the county and it's not going to Air Care Colorado. So I called somebody. Again, I'm trying to figure this out. It doesn't make any sense. I tried calling someone with public relations with Air Care Colorado. I've never gotten a call back. Left her a message saying, "Now, wait a minute. What? So I still owe the $25, even though it was just a drive-by emissions testing? And why are you not communicating that if I pass that the county still thinks I need an emissions test? So what is the point of having the roadside testing if you still have to go into the emissions testing center, waste your time?" And then
actually you don't. Usually
the roadside determines if you need to go in or not.
Right, that's right. That's right. So I don't understand how you got caught in this, Craig, because usually here's what happens. You're notified as to whether you need a test or not.
Correct.
And you were notified saying you needed a test?
It said that on the postcard.
Okay. That obviously came out before you had hit a roadside.
Well, they normally say you need to do those roadsides a month or two in advance of your registration being due if you want to save the
I thought it said, what did it say, Suze, when we looked it up? Wasn't it like 10 days or more? I don't know if it's a month or two, but anyway. So the bottom line is you're being charged for a test.
Correct.
And you didn't have a test done.
No, other than just driving by one of those roadside, and they still want their Somebody still wants their $25, and the emissions people didn't want it, but now the county, I'm supposed to make that extra $25 out to Jefferson County.
Okay, a listener told us that the $25 is due from everyone, no matter what, and that the counties collect it. That's what we're being told. Now, I don't know what's correct because I've never done the roadside. We looked it up, but apparently everyone pays the $25, whether it's a roadside or not. Wally, what is your comment on that? Wally?
The roadside does the emission test, but they still collect the fee at the DMV. This guy is way overthinking this. It's just like the DMV collects your county tax, all the different taxes, and then they distribute it to the right places, and Colorado Air Care is going to get paid by Jefferson County when they collect the fee.
All right. So, Craig,
go in and get your plates and pay the fee, and you walk out and you're done.
Craig, that's about 3 or 4 people who say that have had it done. They say you just pay the fee and be done with it. But at least you don't have to get the test done, but you still pay the money.
Am I still on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard a click. Well, yeah. Then again, what is the point of having the
Well, Craig, you have to take that up with somebody else. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, if you don't like it, don't register your car, bro. I mean, I'm not the one collecting it. Sure. I understand. Craig doesn't like it. He doesn't like that he did the roadside and now still has to pay. Okay, Craig, noted. Okay, noted. Jay, what do you have to say?
I might have missed something, but is he saying he's being charged for driving by a roadside and has to also get?
No, just one.
Just once.
That's right.
Yeah, as far as I know, they charge you no matter what for one way or the other.
That's what we're here. What were you going to say, Talib? What were you going to say?
I was asking. I wanted to ask him, did he actually understand that he did require a test and a test was done?
Right, but it was a roadside, so he doesn't think he should have to pay. Is that right, Craig?
No, I had a check written out for Air Care Colorado right there, and so I tore it up because they said I didn't owe the $25.
Oh, I get it.
Because I passed the roadside.
Yeah, they meant you didn't owe it to them right there, but you still owe it. That's what they meant.
I'm reading it right here. They charge $25 for the test. Doesn't matter if you drive by or if you actually go to a place.
Colorado.gov. I'll work on it.
Cross-examination.
This dude's walking. I have absolutely no doubt. And I don't think there'll be any riots.
When will it be over?
Man, I don't know, man. Prosecution rested quick.
Wait, too quick.
Well, they're under cross-exam, so I mean, this is basically it, unless they recross. And then the judge, probably a day.
Let's talk about GenesisSolarCO.com. It takes 20 minutes to find out if you're a candidate for solar based on your lot. They do it off premises with a satellite. And here's the deal. If you are a candidate, they guarantee you the production for 25 years and write a check if you don't meet it each year. They also guarantee the components for 25 years. This is through the manufacturer that Genesis uses. If you call for this 20-minute off-site evaluation, they will give you a Yeti cup worth $40. It's a beautiful cup, and it's just for getting this analysis done. GenesisSolarCO.com. Give them a call for reliable solar, and the number is 303-474-4317. WaterPros.net. WaterPros, the company to call for your whole house water conditioning system under $2,000 fully installed. Or you may just want a point-of-use water system for drinking and never buy bottled water again. That's under $1,000 fully installed. WaterPros.net. Paul the Waterman. Free water tests as well. WaterPros.net. 303-862-5554.
So many people have told me about
Are you getting it? I'm having the best pizza in the world tonight, man.
Anthony's?
Nah, I'm fucking done with Anthony's. I don't like them anymore.
What's the best pizza?
Stagecoach.
No way. With a name like Stagecoach, can't be real pizza.
It's fucking the best.
It's Western pizza. It can't be real pizza.
It's thin crust, topped with a shitload of toppings, cut into squares instead of slices.
It's not real pizza then. It's faux pizza.
It's the best. I'd put it up against anything else. Good Chicago pizza is good though. You get a good thick crust.
Chicago pizza is different than New York pizza.
Of course.
Yeah, there are different classes. Pizzeria Uno used to have good Chicago pizza. I don't know whatever happened to them.
Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting Walgreens.com/Medicare. With just one spray of Microbank 24, your party surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours.
Hey, TJ, can I give you a name and tell me if they filed for either Chapter 7 or 11, please? Last, W-I-E-T-I-C-K. Wheatic, W-I-E-T-I-C-K. No, I'm sorry, there's an R there. W-I-T-R-I-C-K. W-I-E-T-R-I-C-K. Wheatrith. And it's Christopher. Yeah, it's not exactly Smith.
Is that Deep Pockets contractor you call in?
All right, hey, thanks, Smith. Bye.
Tom Martino here. Dan, you have an emissions comment? Go ahead, sir. Dan?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. We don't have a lot of time, sir.
My comment is, I just registered my vehicle. Everybody pays the $25. The only difference is, on the roadside, they add it into the cost of your tags. And you'll get a card that says no emissions required because you already done the roadside. But they don't give you a separate bill for the roadside. I mean, they just add it on to your registration.
Okay. Well, thank you, but you get a card saying you've already passed or whatever, or you have to go in. Thank you, Dan. I'm Tom Martino, Fix It 24/7 in the house. They're doing that special deal for $24, and that is an extraordinary clean and check of your furnace for first-time customers who haven't had it done. 720-526-3939. You have to call before 4 and have it done anytime after that. That's 720-526-3939.
You want something, George?
Mm-hmm.
Did you break dance, man, when you were a kid, or that was before your kidness?
No,
or after your kidness?
That's actually breakdancing, and rap actually started while I was right in the middle of breakdancing and rap. But I am a bona fide funketeer, so I wasn't really into breakdancing and rap. I was into
the funk. I remember Michael Jackson's story. I was probably 7th grade, man, and everybody I knew started moonwalking. I had parachute pants. I was a fucking bomb.
You were so badass.
They called me the White Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, they did. All right.
They call you Michael Jackson.
You ever hear about the time?
Michael Jackson.
You ever hear about the time Mark and I took dance lessons?
No, I never heard about the time you and Mark took dance lessons.
There's a reason you never heard about it.
Have you ever seen Mark and I dance together?
I have never seen.
No, but
I've never seen either of you dance.
I can dance.
Oh,
I can. If I'm in the mood, I can dance.
His dance probably looks like kicking himself in the foot, in the chest with his foot.
Yeah, that's his dance move.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Don't encourage him. I don't need him hurt.
Oh, you don't want him to fall down again.
No, I don't want him crying like a baby. Rub my back, it hurts.
Last time my son did that, he literally fell in the garage. Yes. Last time I saw him do that, he literally fell in the garage.
Well, he's tried it in public a few times.
There was this is way back in the day, man, but a friend of mine, he used to do KOA radio, Russ Johnson, and he's dead now, but he was over at our house, man, and
oh, is that when you made him laugh so hard?
No, he was over at our house with his girlfriend. We were in the garage. We didn't smoke pot, but they smoked pot.
Yeah, we didn't smoke pot, but they did.
He took a hit off of this thing called the volcano.
Oh my goodness!
Wasn't ours.
I've seen the volcano.
Oh, not ours.
No, I've seen a volcano.
He's the size of Dave Haglund.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he takes a hit off this.
Holy cow!
And literally falls to his knees. I never laughed so fucking hard in my life, man. I mean, like, literally fell to his knees and couldn't fucking move off this thing. Fucking volcano.
Who used to listen to the show? What are you talking about? Oh, really amazing the way they do musicians on stage.
Ooh, I gotta say this.
Amazon is teaming up with major airlines to make the sign for little cleanup. United, JetBlue, Alaska Airlines, and Amazon have all agreed to jointly speed up the development and use of sustainable aviation fuel.
Mark.
What?
Capone says he's calling bullshit.
On what?
On what, Capone? What are you calling bullshit on?
I can't imagine what he's calling bullshit. He must not know me.
No, man, I've never seen either you or Suze dance in the whole time I've known you.
Yeah, that's probably true, man. So we took these dancing lessons. It was either once or twice a week, and they would teach different dances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't even tell you the name of fucking dances, but
they taught you the waltz.
It wasn't. I'll tell you what, it sucked, man. It was the most boring shit ever. Now, I was better than her, though.
You like West Coast swing and East Coast swing?
Mm-hmm.
Like
all this shit, man. All of it.
calling bullshit on his word was Mark not smoking a little.
Oh. Back then, I might have smoked a little. It's kind of funny. When it was illegal, I smoked. Now that this shit's legal, I don't smoke. That's fucked up.
It's definitely different.
It's the opposite. It's like I still think I think people are now smuggling our weed into Mexico instead of the opposite. Because who wants Mexican dirt weed when you got the full fucking the best shit on earth right here in the state?
I know they're smuggling our weed into different states.
Oh, big time, man.
Oh man, by the truckload.
That's why they tried to put what is it, 1 ounce a day or something? They track 2 ounces.
Medical, you can buy 2 ounces per purchase in a day.
Forget about medical. Can I go to 10 marijuana joints and buy an ounce at each one in a day or no?
If you do it pretty quick, you could probably get away with it, but if you do it
don't hit enter yet.
Yeah, if you do it pretty quick, you could probably get away with it. But
when I was doing it 2 or 3 years ago, they weren't keeping track.
So
what do you mean they weren't? When were?
Doc, you missed.
Are you talking about legally or medically?
Legally, when I was writing prescriptions for medical marijuana, the state wasn't keeping track.
When?
What?
When?
A couple of years ago.
It would have to. I carried my legal card from the beginning of legality.
And they were checking every time you went to a different store?
And every time I went to a different store, when they scanned me up, put me in, and ran my purchase, there is an audit trail.
Okay, well,
I'm pretty sure the state can show me every dime I spent.
Could you go back to practicing if you wanted to?
Yeah, I have to reapply for my license.
You know what we fucking do? Let's find the next state that's going to go medical first. We'll get in my fucking coach. We'll go there and we'll pull up and you'll fucking write prescriptions out of there and we'll split the fucking dough.
All right.
You know that shit would go. That's all they did here, man. Remember my Peoria shop, that weed place around the corner?
Yeah.
This motherfucker would show up in a beat-up RV. I'm talking this thing looked like he did abortions on the weekdays and then showed up and fucking wrote these. How much was it? Like $50? He'd have a sign out front. Medical marijuana, whatever, doctor's notes, $35. He'd have a fucking line down the goddamn thing. And that was just one. Then he'd pull away and go to the next one.
And Lightshade that was around the corner.
Down a little further.
Down a little further.
No, I got fired.
They literally had a line that came out from their store, around in front of the
diner.
There used to be a diner. Now they bought that building. Lightshade owns that thing now.
I used to go, what the fuck are those people doing out there? But that's it, man. Doc, you get your license back. We'll hit a state that's going medical, and you'll write prescriptions out of the back of my RV. Shit. I bet we could pull down 10 grand a weekend.
Medical for what?
Marijuana.
Ripped up. For doing that.
Did you really?
Well, because I did it legally. I wanted to see medical records. I did a full exam.
Oh, you were asking too much.
And I was doing it legally.
I don't want Doc.
I know, in the places. I didn't want to lose my license.
Now it won't matter, though. Listen.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I want to review a few things going on. Okay, now, this is something that is pretty weird. It's a topic that comes up time and time again, and I want to talk about it. It has to do with warranties, and I want everyone to listen because it's very important. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. You know how I feel about these products. Panacea Life has great products. You can take my word on it, and I'm telling you, I'm a personal user. So is Talib and gel caps or chewables or lotions. Anyway, RealCBDThatWorks.com. It helps with pain, inflammation, system-wide inflammation, by the way, systemic inflammation, which helps your overall immune system as well, and it helps with pain and anxiety. It makes a great gift or stocking stuffer for you. That's Panacea Life. So here's where you find it. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Use Tom and the promo code 30% off, realcbdthatworks.com. So here's the issue on warranties that I want to bring up. We have a guy that he had a new house, and this house was Richmond. It doesn't matter who built it. The issue is about the warranty. He had a lack of airflow in his furnace on the second floor. The guy came in from Richmond Homes and said, "Oh, you used a smart thermostat. You voided your warranty." Probably because there's wording that says if you alter the heating and air system, you voided your warranty. And technically, that altered the system. So they say, well, now it's voided. But did that smart thermostat have anything to do with lack of airflow? Of course not. Could he win in court? Guaranteed, in my opinion. Well, here's why. Here's why. Because I have seen on this show over the years people who put a chip in a transmission. And that would be voiding the warranty. But something went wrong with the windshield leaking or the sunroof or the left tie rod. Now, you put a chip in your transmission and the sunroof leaks. You mean to tell me they're going to tell you, I'm sorry, you put a chip in your transmission, we're not covering the leak in the sunroof? No, that's wrong. There has to be some approximate causation. There has to be something relating to it. Now, this happens with insurance, health insurance. You didn't tell us you had headaches. Now we're not going to help you with your knee. Come on. It would be more likely they said you didn't tell us you had headaches, you have a tumor, it was pre-existing. Something like that. So the point is, these clauses that try to get people out of a warranty aren't always enforceable. It's not black and white.
The interesting part about that call, too, is he said there is 15 other people in this new development that have the exact same issue.
George, with Fix It 24/7, how many times do you find systemic problems with HVAC systems? And then it's a pain in the ass. Here's why. If it wasn't installed correctly to begin with, and there's not enough ductwork, I know what happens because I went through a problem like this with you guys. You guys went in and tried to fix a system that wasn't installed properly by someone else. So what did you do? You put some booster fans in and put a little bigger system in. You tried to help. It did help, but it did not correct the whole system. You end up owning it. I would rather that you guys say, I'm sorry, this was built wrong. We can't help you.
You know, we did all that in that case because, you know, of the claim that we told her it was going to fix upstairs, which we never do. So I don't.
Yeah, but you must have said, well, I think we can fix it or help you or whatever. You know, I'm not accusing you guys. I'm saying, what do you do when you have a systemic problem? I mean, what do you tear out all the walls and start over? You can't with ductwork. What do you do in a case like that?
So we give them options. I mean, you could add a mini split up there. You could have. And the options that we put in to fix it, which we just did to take care of her, we would offer those things up front if that's the conversation. And we do.
Do booster fans help in ductwork if you have undersized ducts?
Yes.
Booster fans can help.
Yes.
Okay.
Depending on the ducting design, yes, they can.
Okay. Now, we've heard of people with 2 floors that have 2 furnaces, 2 big floors, 2 furnaces. We've also heard from people who have 2 floors with 1 furnace, and they have, let's say, the Honeywell system to control ductwork. Let me explain the duct system with Honeywell, and others people make these, but Honeywell probably is the most well-known. If you called for heat downstairs, you have 1 furnace that is both for the main floor and the upper floor. Let's just say that. And you call for heat on the upper floor only. It will turn the ductwork off or close the ductwork in the main trunk feeding the bottom floor and open the ductwork in the main trunk feeding the top floor and vice versa. So you basically control the zones with one furnace, right? Am I right so far or not?
If it's zoned, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I had a guy tell me once, you can zone, Tom, that's okay, and have a furnace for one big floor, for two big floors, or have two furnaces, and you're never going to beat the system. He says because if you have one furnace feeding two floors, you're either going to overwork it sometimes or underwork it at other times by choking it down, and it could put more strain on a furnace and cut its lifespan. What do you think about that?
It depends on how you use it. So if you understand how to use it, and in heat, for example, you want to heat downstairs because heat rises, right? So if you're trying to use both thermostats and turn them on at the same time, then yeah, he'd be right. But if you know how to operate it as a homeowner, and if you're heating, you're going to be most efficient if you're heating downstairs, not upstairs, heat rises, and not trying to do it at the same time. Then well,
I would think the same time
cooling, right?
Yeah.
Heat rises, so cool the upstairs first,
yeah,
downstairs second. So if you understand how to use them, not try to use them all at the same time, then no, it would be fine. But you do have to use it correctly, though.
But if you but let's say you do use it the same time. Let's say you do want to cool, or you want to heat both floors. What would be wrong with opening up all the ductwork?
It just won't work as efficiently. So
okay,
I mean, the whole point of having zoning is so you can block that off, and it's duct sizing, and you have one furnace for this whole house. So the beginning of the show we talked about the most common or a very common complaint is heating or cooling upstairs. This, if your house is zoned, most aren't, but if it is, it's a great thing because you can actually solve that problem by using the correct thermostat to correct that issue and block off the area you're not using. So if you're trying to use them both, if they're both open, then it's just like any house.
Well, if it's big enough, though, it could help if the furnace is big enough.
And the duct, it's not really the furnace and the duct. It's mostly the ducting that's not big enough.
Okay. All right. 303-713-TALK. Do you like zoning? Hot air.
Yes, it's difficult to do after the fact. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
But if you build it right,
yes.
If you build it right, it's good?
Yes.
You have a boiler question, Manuel. What's happening?
Yeah, Tom. I had a boiler installed by 24/7.
Yeah.
My question is, it was probably about 3 weeks ago. My boiler, it's brand new. It's gurgling. It's making like a gurgling.
By the way, I had a boiler done by them. What kind of boiler do you have?
I can't recall offhand. I know it was the new efficient ones.
Yeah, that's what I have. It's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, go ahead. You heard gurgling?
Yeah, I'm hearing gurgling, and I've talked to his tech. I think it's Kevin that did our boiler.
Okay.
He's or Kevin, I can't recall. But anyhow, I've talked to him, and he said, well, it'll go away, but it's been like 3 weeks. And
he's saying it's going to go away. He's assuming you have a purge tank, because it sounds like air to me, but is it heating? Mm-hmm. Is it heating well?
I'm getting hot water and everything, but every time I go out to the garage, I can hear that the boiler going. How to make that noise? It's kind of like
okay. First of all, is it really loud?
Yes, you can hear it loud. Even if I got music in the garage, you can hear it gurgling. And I was just wondering if that was something that was supposed to be flushed.
Well, I don't know. What about that, George? I don't know what he's talking about with the gurgling. Do you know? Can we call someone?
I don't either. But did you say Keith came back out there to see that?
Andy's the king of boilers, isn't he? Basically, no. I mean, okay, so somebody...
My wife has been talking with him, and he says, well, just give it a little bit. But like I said, it's been about 3 weeks now, and it keeps on doing it. And it's a brand-new boiler. I don't want to be one day saying, hey, this thing's messed up, and you got a warranty, but that's...
All right, do we have someone we can call over there?
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
Keith actually is a great boiler tech, so...
But did he come and look at it, Manuel?
No, not since it's been installed.
I think they should at least hear it or look at it or something.
Yeah.
But
my wife's been calling him a couple times because we keep hearing the noise, and I heard him on the radio today. Says, well,
hold on, see if we can get somebody on though, and maybe he can come on to talk about it. Or if anyone has heard of this happening with boilers, we'd love to hear from them.
Too.
Okay, hang on. We'd love to hear from them. Yeah, listen, most of the time, anything to do with a boiler usually has to do with air or or pressure of the water. Sometimes you need auxiliary pumps. Sometimes you need a better purge tank. But, man, they're pretty flawless other than that. I mean, they either work or they don't. And the gurgling, I'm just hoping that, you know, I don't know what he means by that. I don't know what he means by gurgling. Is he talking about the furnace itself working, the boiler? Because they are a little more noisy, I think, sometimes. Well, not really noisy, but they make a different noise than a furnace and all of that. Anyway, we'll try to find out.
713-8255. Sorry about that. Turn that sound off. Just for a
second. For your next ideal home loan, because they are ideal home loans. No two loans are the same. They will write that loan best for you. In other words, if you want a loan that's 13 years, 23 years, 15 years, 27 years, whatever the term, they'll do it. It's a flexible term loan. They also have a rate guarantee. If you refinance with them and rates go down, even over the next 2 years by 3/4 of a point or more, they will refinance you free of all lender fees. Then they have the pre-approval. That means that you get pre-approved for your loan when you're out looking for houses. And that's like a cash deal when it comes to buying homes because you're already approved. They're just waiting for the appraisal. And
okay, we're back on.
What? So, if you are ever
in trouble and you need a criminal defense attorney, do you know who to call? One thing I can tell you for sure, don't ever shop under pressure. Then they're going to want, you know, a retainer and all of that, and you're not going to know about them. I've done the shopping for you. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney, LazzaraLegal.com. Here's what I can tell you about Joe. Joe will take care of you. I've done the shopping. I've checked him out. He's been with me for years, whether it be a DUI or whether it be some kind of petty crime or major crime, whatever it is. Everyone deserves a defense. No one should do it alone. LazzaraLegal.com, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com. 303-429-6200. Free consultations initially and then flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200. BlakeHarrisLaw.com will answer your questions about estate planning if you just call him. Blake Harris loves answering questions. And what he'll do is he'll answer all of your questions and then charge only flat rates for what he does for you, whether it be a simple will, maybe a trust, or a asset protection trust. What about a special needs trust for people who you want to leave money to that have special needs and you want them taken care of and you don't want the state taking it? Any kind of trust to fit your needs. Also, postnups, prenups, and payable on death certificates, all kinds of tools to help you plan your estate, including passing on cars without going through probate. BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE, 833-ASK-BLAKE. If you're looking for a home right now, you know it's very competitive. With affordable interest mortgage, you can get a home that needs fixing up, and you can put the fix-up money in the loan. Yeah, they appraise the home as if it's done. So you can, with confidence, buy that home, have the money escrowed, and fix it up without dipping into your bank account. Affordable interest mortgage, the fix-up loan, they also have something that I call the liquid loan. You'll love it. The liquid loan is where you have a checking account with your loan. So after it pays off your first, you have a 30-year line of credit with simple interest only. You can draw out as much as it allows and then pay it back anytime you want. In fact, if you keep extra money in there that you normally would have in a bank account, it counts against your average daily balance, so you pay less interest. It's a liquid loan. 720-895-0500. 720-895-0500.
As we age, we can't always plan on good.
Line 3 wants, he thinks he's asking the question right.
how to adjust the speed of a furnace fan. Line 2, Richie wants to know if you'll honor the special. He already had the $39 special scheduled for tomorrow morning, and he's asking if you'll honor the $24 for that. And if so, what do I say?
Yes.
Yes.
So, if he's ever had it done, so.
He says he's never had it done.
Oh, yeah, so tell him yes. So you good. And then the furnace question, how do you adjust?
Well, he's coming on the air. Line 3 is coming on the air. It's just giving you a heads up on that question. But on 2, Richie, yes, you will. So tell him, just tell the tech when he gets there.
Yep.
All right.
How do you adjust the furnace speed?
It's very carefully.
They're variable.
Some are variable.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the thermostat does it.
But even if they're variable, yeah, mine's only got. It's only got like 4 settings. I can't go like 5%. I don't think.
It's on your thermostat though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know.
He may not have a variable speed.
I feel like his question is like going into the motor and maybe not.
Maybe he's asking that, clean up his question for him.
Well,
this prosecutor's a moron. The way he's asking questions.
Maybe he went to the Marcia Clark School of Law.
The politics basically try to go after this kid. I mean, I feel bad for the prosecutor. He probably knew he had no case. Geez, they got video of a mob running after him, trying to take his gun and kick the shit out.
I know. They're trying to make the issue that he was there with a gun, but that's not the issue. The issue is, why did he use it?
Because he was scared for his life.
I wonder when it goes to jury.
Just like those people in Minnesota who were on their lawn, and the mob was coming on their lawn. They used their guns.
Yep.
They didn't shoot it. They just showed their guns.
Yep.
And they were prosecuting. They want to take their law license away.
They took a deal and it's over now, but yep.
So I can go get my gun and bring it outside and brandish it.
You can. We're going to arrest your ass.
Shit, in some states you can fucking open carry anywhere.
He wasn't like pointing it at people. He wasn't.
Who are we talking about now? Rittenhouse. I was talking.
He was carrying it.
I was referring to Doc with the
people on the
standing
lawn
in the front yard. Yeah, because the video had them carry way slow.
Yeah, but there was a mob coming onto their private property.
There's a mob.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Talk 713-8255. Ed, you have a furnace question? Go ahead. What's going on, Ed?
Hi, Tom. Good, relevant show.
Thank you.
I have a furnace that only works on my downstairs, and I think it's too much furnace because it makes too much air noise. And I'm wondering if that can be...
Okay, let me ask you a few questions. You said it's for the first floor only?
Yes.
Okay, what do you do for the upstairs, or is it only one story?
It's a two-story house with no ducting to the upper floor.
That's weird.
So
Which is
the
not
heat...
a problem, by the way.
Oh, no, you just have the heat rise, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to know... how many outlets would you say you have, and how many square feet?
1,500 feet, and I think there's about 5 outlets.
Okay. So you're saying you hear too much air rushing through the ducts?
I do. You have to turn up the TV when the furnace comes on.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like you do. Do you know what size of furnace you have?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me those kind of questions. I don't know. I just think it's too much furnace.
Well, let me ask you this. How old is the furnace?
It's about 20 years.
Okay, that's the problem. It's 20 years old.
20.
And was it put in originally with the house?
Oh, no. It's a 120-year-old house. So.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't think that's a variable speed, which would be more efficient, but it could be any number of things. George?
I mean... Again, ducting design from whenever it was put in, so it could be too big, I guess. I don't.
Does it have different speed fans? They used to have some. Is it a multi-speed fan or a single speed?
Definitely not multi. It's single.
Yeah, it's 20 years old.
It's either on or off.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, he could probably wire some kind of resistor or something, but that seems like a lot of work for a 20-year-old furnace.
Yeah, a rheostat is what he would do and dial it in, but
I mean, it's 20 years old. Like, it's, I mean, you've got a lot of life out of it, but next time you get it replaced, you're going to want to just bring that up and make sure the next one is designed.
I'm aware of the variable speed. But
yeah, and there's or there's just different speeds, but there's really not much you can do about it right now. I mean, seriously, unless you want to jury rig something, but that's like, using a rheostat or something downstairs and get it to where you want it and keep it there, but that chokes down a motor sometimes if they're not made for that. Although electric motors are pretty resilient when it comes to a variable resistor. That's what a rheostat would be for that. But that would be truly not something that, is in somebody's wheelhouse. It's not, I mean, an approved furnace place probably wouldn't do it. You'd have to get somebody who knows how to do that. I don't know what else to tell you. Suzanne, what's going on?
Yes. I'm not calling to complain or have a problem. I just want to tell you something. I'm giving kudos to somebody.
Who?
I'm 80 years old, and I went out this morning to Parker to the DMV to get my driver's license renewed. I had the most wonderful experience.
That's
Those
nice.
people out there are absolutely wonderful and friendly, and I was in and out of there in 15 minutes.
Wow. This has to be a plant. I don't believe it.
Oh, why not?
It's true.
I believe
in and out in 15 minutes.
Did you make
I
an
had
appointment?
an appointment. I had all my paperwork.
She
and
been there for a
these
week.
people
She made an appointment.
No, these people were so nice. From the time I walked into the man that took my, you call that thing, and then went to the lady. I mean, I just want to give kudos for somebody nice.
I believe
they
you,
were
Suzanne.
Wonderful.
I believe you.
You know what?
What?
That's actually the DMV we used last month, and they were pretty awesome. That one.
You used that one?
We used that one. So maybe it's that one. I don't know. That's the only one we used.
Suzanne, thank you very much. Our number is 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Is this relevant to this?
She was a plant.
Follow up on Tiffany with the motor.
Let's do that. Okay, so you called for Tiffany on the 2003 Dodge Durango, 180,000 miles. Okay, she wants to know why check engine lights on, what they're going to do about it, because now she needs a new engine. She thinks they did it. We'll talk about that coming up.
Another listener, one from Philly, this one's in Las Vegas. She has a 970 number because she just moved there.
Mark, I got it. I mean, okay, let me just do this.
Okay, there's a new one there. Okay.
I'm going to do Simply Floors first.
Okay.
There's a postal worker at the downtown branch that rocks.
Okay, I call BS on that too.
He's there's some individuals.
Is it Newman?
I don't know, man. Hey, ask him H.
Did he say hello, Jerry?
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
Let's talk about SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's Buddy and Karen Mitchell. They have the knowledge and the know-how to give you beautiful carpeting, any kind of floor covering, luxury vinyl tile, hardwood, engineered floors, whatever it is. They have the knowledge, the expertise, better installation, better prices than even the big boxes, SimplyFloorsInc.com. And don't forget free water testing from waterpros.net. Find out the condition of your water without the fear and with affordable solutions, waterpros.net.
All right, check it out. So I went from $0 to $70,000 with Paragon Services. These guys are unbelievable. My insurance company, my homeowner's insurance, had the audacity to tell me I didn't have any damage. Well, I didn't know, so I hired Matt. He's a public adjuster. He owns Paragon Services. He came out. He got with the adjuster. I got a check for $70,000. No kidding. Honest to God, real story. If you need any help with your homeowner's company and your commercial policies, you need to call Matt at Paragon. At least get a second pair of eyeballs on it for free. He's the best. You ready? 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah, okay. First of all, that lady was a plant. There is no way she was in and out in 15 minutes. I don't believe it. Or she simply is so old she's lost her sense of time. And she was there for 6 hours and thought it was 15 minutes. Talib does that sometimes.
MH says his postal worker can handle 3 customers at a time. He just excited when he
now I know he's full of shit.
Just go ahead.
MH is so full of shit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Bowler Branch is 100% organic fair trade cotton. These sheets are made only in
fair trade cotton. That matters to me. I'll tell you what.
Hey, if it's not fair trade, I don't wear it.
We're giving them as gifts this year.
If Martha Stewart didn't make it, I don't buy it.
All at a fair price. So treat yourself and your loved ones to
Remember back in the day, like Kmart would say, we only buy American, and Walmart would say that. Shit, there ain't a store out there that's only American. I don't give a fuck who you are. Maybe a restaurant here in America.
I don't think half the shit you want is made in America.
I know, it's not. I mean, if it's electronics, I guarantee it wasn't all made here.
Oh boy, the holidays are coming fast. Yes, I know you've been getting busier and busier, and I'm aware you might want to put off the new kitchen and bath project till later. I know that, but as it is every year, it's my job to keep all of our people busy right through the holidays.
Yep, me and Doc gonna make a fortune. We're gonna sell medical examinations.
It almost doesn't pay because you just go next door and you don't even need an exam.
No. I'm talking states that are just ready to turn it, like Texas is just about to go medical. And we're going to have a doctor that is willing to write the prescriptions for what? I mean, give me something. What? Earaches, toothaches? What's something you would write marijuana for?
Chronic back pain.
There you go. Done.
Menstrual cramps for women.
I'll hand out little cards as they're walking in the RV, telling them what they have. You got glaucoma. You think you have glaucoma.
I'll tell you what, I was very, very lenient with vets. Anybody who served in Vietnam or Iraq, they came in with complaints. You guys deserve it. Whatever's fucking happened over there, the marijuana's going to help. You got it.
You have it. It's huge. I like that.
And I'll tell you who else. Tradesmen, electricians, carpenters, roofers. These guys work their ass up all day. They want to come home and smoke a joint to relieve some of that pain.
You see a map there?
Me
and Doc said to make some money. Like I said, maybe we'll do that. I'll tell them what you'll drive. I'll tell them what their ailment is. He'll write the script.
Those don't look like websites.
They can't call it collusion.
I guess I wouldn't use the same term. What do you consider the symbols on the map in Exhibit 217 to be?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We got a comment on the noisy furnace. It's actually a noisy boil. Oh, no, we had two. That's right. The gurgling boiler, but the furnace that he said you could hear air rushing through. Which one are you calling about, Leland?
The last one on the air is rushing too fast, it sounds like.
Yes.
Well, there's a pretty real simple way. It depends on whether it's a motor that has a belt on it.
Why is that?
Well, he can change the size of the pulley on the motor or put a smaller pulley on it. Got to slow the
That's
blower
smart.
down.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, you could. That would be a 20-year-old furnace. Who knows? Again, you wouldn't find a regular service person doing that. They just don't want to mess with it. But I think
I understand, but he could do it himself,
or if he was as smart as you were. You sound like a thinker to me. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Well, I'm 75 years old, so
right. Yeah. You don't need no stinking repairmen. You can do it yourself.
Well, that's right. How to fix that? I mean, a resistor, you slow a motor down, start resisting it down, and you'll burn the motor up sometimes. Depends on how much you do
that's true. That's true. Leland knows what the hell he's talking about. That's cool. You change the belt ratio. That's what basically drill presses do.
Ask him if he's ever been to DMV, and it only took 15 minutes.
Oh, stop. Listen, nowadays they have appointments, and they're not that painful. That's what I'm told. Now, when is it that you have to go and do your license? Because I got away with doing my license the last time.
Every other time you have to go in so they redo the picture.
Okay, I got
every 5 years once you're over 70, because I have to go in when I'm 80 for mine.
Every 5 years? Okay. So, Deputy Doc, let's talk about this, and let me recap it. She's talking about her car, Dodge Durango, 180,000 miles. She says Meineke fixed it, $2,400. Now the engine light's on. They say you need a new engine. We're going to replace the engine, but they're not going to refund the $2,400. And by the way, that would be okay if they put her in the same position that she expected to be in after she paid the $2,400. For example, she got a pretty good engine out of it. She'd be equal. I don't think she comes out of that totally unscathed, plus an engine. But, but anyway, what did they say about it?
Well, I spoke to Jabbar, who was the general manager. He said, no problem. We're putting in the engine today. She will have it by today or 100% by tomorrow, guaranteed.
Wow.
I spoke to...
What does he say about the engine? It's better?
He said he's putting in a new engine.
Well, it's not new.
Well, he's putting in a replacement engine, and I told Tiffany, she said she's going to call us tomorrow if the engine has not been put in.
And then we'll see what condition it's in. Because let's put it this way. Let's say that she paid for a new carburetor or injector pump or whatever it is. Okay. And now she gets this other engine and it doesn't have that new stuff on it. They should at least put the new parts that she paid for onto the new engine or the replacement engine. That's what I'm talking about, to make her whole.
Well, again, they were very upfront. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt till we hear from them tomorrow.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, when people go into older homes, when service companies go into older homes to put in a furnace, you are pretty much at the mercy of the existing ductwork, right? If it's an older home that wasn't ducted properly?
Yes. So the guy
The
guy that called in, 120-year-old house, whoever installed that furnace installed ducting. That's why he doesn't have anything upstairs. He only has it downstairs.
They did it probably from the basement.
Because he couldn't, you couldn't.
Or crawl space.
You couldn't go further. But if it does have ducting through the home, you're without opening walls, you can't change the ductwork. So
or a mini split, like you said.
Yeah, he talked about a mini split, and again, we banter these terms around without explaining them. But a mini split is a head. It looks like the head of an air conditioner or something on the wall, on the upper part of a wall, and that blows out the heat or the air. And on the other side of that wall, on the outside of the house, there's tubing that goes to a compressor, which acts as a heat pump or air, right? Is that how it works?
Right. Yep.
And so you can put those in, and they call a mini split because you have the part that goes on the wall, and then it's split from the compressor air conditioner. It's like it really is like an air conditioner with a heat pump, except you only see the part. There's only a small part showing on the wall. The outside part is split from the unit by tubing to a remote location, right?
Yeah. I mean, there is a part you see outside, though. Too.
Yeah. The part you see outside, though, is not hanging off the wall necessarily. It's a compressor somewhere, right? Now, but mini splits use heat pump technology, so there's only so much heat it can generate, right? Heat pumps are not efficient necessarily below a certain temperature, right?
Right. They're only going to work so much room, so you have to have more than one if you want certain square footage, taken care of.
But can they handle pretty cold temperatures?
Yeah. I mean, they can. It's definitely not
a furnace.
You'd rather, if you can, have a furnace, but it is an option. It is more expensive. People don't realize that. They get surprised by that, but they are.
The sheer nature of them. 303-713-8255. If you have any calls, we do have time for a few calls, but if not, we have things to talk about. I want to go over some stuff to make sure people are hip to this. When you have an insurance claim and you have a loan on your house, many times what happens is the insurance company will pay the lender. And then the lender has to release the funds. The lender wants to make sure the house is being rebuilt because that is where the security is. If they don't have a house, they don't have anything to go after. So there are a number of things you can do. If you're not going to rebuild, you can use the insurance proceeds to pay off the loan. You can take the rest of the money and do whatever you want with it. Whatever you want. You can sell the land or whatever. If you are going to rebuild, you have to do it with the lender's blessing. I know you feel like, well, I'm doing it. It's my house. You're going to get paid. Don't worry about it. But they have a right to look at every dime, not just what they're owed. Because what they're owed is like let's say you owe $250,000 and you get an insurance proceed check for $500,000. They have a right to control all $500,000 because it's going to be the final house. If you do a $250,000, if you do a half of the project and you say, well, they're secure now, they got half of their money in the project, or they got all of their money in the project, the balance of my loan is in the project now. That's not necessarily so, because the original loan was based on a loan-to-value ratio.
If it's a total rebuild, though, for the life of me, I don't understand why someone wouldn't take the first part of the proceeds, pay off what was ever owed on the mortgage, just then get a construction loan and start your new house. I don't even know why they're doing it the way.
In other words, why involve the lender at all?
Yeah, why?
Well, there might
a total rebuild.
Because there might be a few reasons. One of the reasons is if they pay off the lender, they don't have enough to finish the house the way they want.
Well, that's what I meant. Then you get a construction loan, just like when you build a house.
But then the construction lender will have the same power the original lender has. In fact, I'd argue it's easier to deal with a long-term lender than a construction lender. Construction lenders are way more strict, and they're way more expensive. Even though it's simple interest, they're way more expensive. The way a construction loan works is you make a commitment for a loan. Let's say it's going to take you $600,000 to build a house. You pay points, closing costs, and mortgage insurance and everything on that $600,000. Now you draw it out as you need it. But you're paying on what you take out, yes, by the day. But you paid your points and your original cost based on the principal. Then, in order to close out that construction loan, you have to have a permanent loan. And the permanent loan usually has to be more than the construction loan because they want to see you have equity in it, whether it be blue sky or your work, sweat equity, or you put money into it. But no matter what...
Or how about, hold on, one more thing.
You have to just... You have to work with lenders no matter what if you have a loan.
Or a good builder. Remember, they're building a new house. This isn't a track house. It's a custom house up in the mountains. Why wouldn't you just find a good builder that, you pay as you go? Or you get the loan when the house is done?
I think what they're doing is they are, okay, if you work with a builder, the builder's taking out the loan or fronting it. Okay, if you can work with a builder, let's say you pay off your loan. Now you have some money left, 250, 300 grand. It's going to take 600 to build. You can go to a builder and give them that money down and have them start and build. There are many builders that can front the cost of a house with the promise of closing, but you pay for that too. It may not be as apparent as paying a bank, but when a builder fronts the cost, you are paying that builder for that. There's no way that builder won't build that cost of money into the house. And again, a truly custom home and custom builder wants you to finance it, and they want to take draws on that loan. You have semi-custom builders, I call them, where they take the whole project. It's their project. You pay as you go, or you pay when you close, and you direct construction as you go. We have more coming up. 303.
And here's the other thing. What are the chances interest rates are a shitload better now than whenever they did it, unless they just refinanced?
Yeah, I think it's going to be way better on construction loan than original construction loans. But construction loans are very expensive. I don't know how they are now, actually. I don't know what they are. I mean, I imagine you got to save money on
The
them.
good news is if you use the bank, though, I mean, they will send people out to make sure they're building the fucking house right, generally.
I know. Rather than you trying to.
Yeah, then, you know, the builder's saying, yeah, it looks good.
There's nothing worse than having
a shitty house. Say it like it is. It sucks.
But mine cost 6 figures to fix, Mark. When we built it.
Low-cost copays by visiting Walgreens.com/Medicare.
Let's talk about
affordable interest mortgage and the benefits you get dealing with them. You get all of the regular benefits of regular loans, FHA, VA, conventional, jumbo. The fix-up loan I've talked about. Oh, my God, I just love it. So many people are looking at homes, and the homes are older and more expensive, but they want to fix them up. They don't have the money. So they build that money into the loan. Here's the best part, though. With a fix-up loan, they appraise the house as if the improvements have already been done. They look forward in the future. Then at closing, they take the fix-up money and put it in escrow. You draw it out and fix up the house. Then you have one loan, one beautiful home. An affordable interest mortgage is your lender. AImortgage.net with the fix-up loan. They also have the, of course, liquid loan, which is a 30-year line of credit that pays off your first or buys the house. And then you have a checking account where you can write against the equity or deposit money against the balance. It's liquid. It goes up and down as you want. AImortgage.net. 720-895-0500. Now, let's talk about Approval Reverse Mortgage. It's a reverse lender that you can trust. We know Joan Sullivan and her team. We've known them for years. If you're looking for a reverse loan, maybe that's your option. You're 62 or older, you have equity, or you want to put money down on a house and use a reverse to pay for it. No payments, and you can never be upside down ever in a reverse loan. 303-771-3528. Your estate will never be strapped with debt. 303-771-3528. George is here with FixMyHome.com, and he just told you for $24 he's going to do a complete clean and check. $24. Now, that normally is $39, but normally that $39 is way less than it should be. It would be hundreds of dollars by anyone else. They spend time. They take apart the furnace to the extent they can and refurbish, clean, and adjust. You will be amazed at what they do. But that $24 is only today, only until 4 o'clock. You got to call and make your appointment. It doesn't mean you have to have it done today, but you have to call before 4 o'clock. Please, 720-526-3939. $24 people pay in coffee in a month. Get your furnace checked, refurbished, and a guarantee no breakdown. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939.
Retirement is the biggest investment you'll ever make.
You know what I like about this kid is you've got to understand how many people do that.
None. They tell you not to. Very seldom do you really people let you your attorney show.
Yeah.
We offer free retirement-ready assessments with experienced financial advisors. So worry less about money tomorrow by scheduling your free assessment today on allworkfinancial.com or calling 888-242-6766. Hey team, we landed the contract.
Kaya's web design studio just landed the gig.
Oh, shit.
It starts next week.
Their staff needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare. Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
Rittenhouse testified.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You love Zoom for video meetings. Now, choose Zoom to power your phone communication.
So Tom, we good for Saturday?
Yeah.
What time would you?
Let me look and let me check with Stephanie. Just keep reminding me though. You just have to remind me. That doesn't mean you're bugging me. I'm gonna do it.
I'll remind you tomorrow.
No matter what, I'm gonna do it.
Good. I'll remind you tomorrow.
Yeah, your kid will love that, dude.
Yeah.
Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Zoom, how the world connects.
That's who wouldn't have shot.
That's who this kid shot?
Yes.
White dudes.
2 of them.
He shot 2 white guys, by the way.
Okay. Oh, then there may not be rioting. No, I'm serious. There may not be
No,
rioting.
he's very serious.
No, because here's the thing.
That's almost prejudice in a way.
No, because white people won't be outraged by a white guy getting killed.
I know. It's fucked up, though.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying it's fucked up.
And it is. It's a very, very fucked up situation. It's just, people are just...
There'll be no riots because they were white guys.
No, it will be no riots because white people are not outraged by a white person being killed
by another white guy.
Because they're not being killed because of their color.
That's right.
That's why.
Or people are not disregarding it. They don't feel it. If a black person is killed and the person gets off, I don't care what you say, they feel like that life has been disregarded.
I know. I'm not arguing. It's just kind of fucked up on the surface. Even past the surface, it's fucked up.
Especially past the surface, it's fucked up. Because those motivations are crazy. Sometimes. Like I said, I agree that maybe everything this kid did was totally legit. You know,
I don't know how legit it was legal.
No, legal. That's okay. Legit, legal. That's what I meant. Okay.
I don't think it was legit.
Okay. He went to the store, legally bought him a gun.
Why did he go there?
But see,
because the news was showing all these stores get trouble.
You're coming right to where I'm at.
He was looking.
Hey, give me more time, bro.
He was looking for.
I'm sorry.
He was looking for trouble.
Yeah.
And he found some trouble.
He did.
He found what he wanted.
He did. And that's the part that don't settle right with me. Legally, going to work, kid, but morally, you fucked up.
They don't send people to jail
for morality, right?
Most of the time.
Well, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Especially if they're grabbing them by the JJ.
He doesn't have to be
legal as well as immoral.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't have to be JJ.
Well, that you know of. Who are you to say he has or hasn't had the operation?
His name could be him, and he could have been born with both.
See, I'm tied into this new way. I don't judge people by how they look. I'm not saying he's not a woman. You think I'll get a vagina there, Mark?
Mark judges them by how they...
All right, George, one problem we had. We had it on this show. People install a furnace, and they can't get them to come back. Now, you guarantee that if you install a system, that your company will have someone out to your home right away if something goes wrong. Is that what you're saying? I mean, basically, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a problem.
Yep.
You go ahead.
We tell people when we're talking to them about replacement using our company, one thing you can test when you're trying to decide what company to use, at the end of the day, all that matters is that the warranty is good and they're going to be there to honor it. You could test it tonight. It's not the hottest or coldest night, and you say you installed our furnace, watch, we're coming. You won't even get an answer from anybody else. And if it's hot or cold, you're going to be waiting days because they got...
But you'll go right away.
Got your money.
Anyway, fixmyhome.com. I'm Tom Martino. Hey, don't forget, for help, information, and referrals, referrallist.com. The best place to find people. And then find deals at 303consumer.com and save all your problems.